Tonight, your Florence Y'alls square off with the Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Hi, folks. Glad you could again 79 bring you into the broadcast here. We saw a little bit of everything last night. Both teams getting a victory. In Game 1, it was the Florence Freedom, 13-5. Their offense was electric. In Game 2, it belonged. Single from Austin Medica, never looked back in a 7-4 victory. So we talked about it in the pregame show yesterday. A lot of bragging rights on the line, the past versus the present, and it comes down to the finale, Game 3, to decide the victor.
Yeah, it was a nice job last night. Boy, the Freedom lineup was electric, like you said, in Game 1 and put up, 13 runs to kind of make a statement. You were talking before the game, you wondered how the Y'alls would handle. They kind of got handled in that exhibition against the Freedom, and then the Freedom did that in Game 1. But, boy, kudos to the Y'alls coming back in 7-2 behind, or 7-4 behind Nick Bennett, and a great outing by him. So, rubber match tonight. We shall see.
The Florence Freedom muscled up in a very big way yesterday, particularly in Game 1. 5 home runs in Game 1 alone. They would hit 2 more in Game 2. 7 home runs in total for the Freedom yesterday on the doubleheader. So let's talk about that. How much of an impact that has for a pitching staff, knowing that your offense is capable of driving the long ball almost 1 through 9. How much does that change the game for an offense?
Well, it really does. And, you and I were talking before the game that this is a hitter-friendly ballpark, right? The ball carries really well here, especially out to the right center part, right field. So the Freedom exploited that. We don't know if they'll be that kind of a power team on the road. You never know. But, boy, they got a lineup 1 through 9 that's got some pop in it. That's not unlike a lineup that Dennis Pelfrey will put in play. His top home run hitter, I believe, last year was hitting in the 9 hole for him. So he likes to have that thump at the bottom, and he's got it 1 through 9 here.
You can certainly build your lineup with the 9 hole being a second leadoff hitter, or as Dennis Pelfrey liked to do in 2019, build it with the guy that could really do work in the cleanup spot. So there is certainly a million different ways to build your lineup. We've seen the Freedom now for 4 games. The Y'alls and the Freedom, both 2-2. We know what they're capable of, but who do you think has the slight edge, if anyone, here in the finale, Game 3?
It's going to come down to, what do they say, momentum's only as good as the next day starting pitcher, so it's probably going to come down to who pitches better tonight. You'd like to think there'll be a little edge on the half of the Y'alls tonight.
Yeah, Brian White certainly has built a quality team in this 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and a guy who doesn't need much of an introduction. And Florence, you're more than aware that he was Dennis Pelfrey's right-hand man and pitching coach for the last 4 seasons, and a guy who maybe under the radar was just as instrumental as Pelf was in bringing in all the ripe talent that you saw get developed and readied for a career in affiliated baseball. So Brian knows what he's doing. He might be a little more soft-spoken than Dennis Pelfrey, but he's certainly no less a competitor. This one means the world to him. So you brought up the pitching staff. Let's talk about it tonight. We've got Nathan Gilman on the hill for the Florence Freedom. We've got Jackson Owens toeing the rubber for the Florence Y'alls, and both guys really got off to a fast and fantastic start in this 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, you think about it, you wonder how the pitchers are going to be handled in this battle, because, it's not like a normal season where you can, if a guy is rolling, just let him do a complete game. They're all kind of on limits. They're on pitch counts. They got bullpens they got to work in between the games. So a lot of it comes down, I think the edge goes to the guy who's got a pitcher that can go a little bit longer if they're on a roll.
We did see the starters last night get a little bit longer of a leash, and we'll probably continue to see season, but we did see Nick Bennett go 5 innings last night after 3 2/3 in his first start, and I'm thinking a similar blueprint might be in store tonight for Jackson Owens and Nathan Gilman, assuming that they're doing well, pitching well, and keeping their pitch count down. We could see both those guys go as long as 5 innings. But we'll talk a little bit about Jackson Owens real quick. He made his first appearance on Saturday night in a road game for the Florence Y'alls, taking on the Lexington Legends at their place, Whitaker Bank Ballpark in Lexington, and pitched really well. Got an opportunity in relief, went 3 innings, did not allow a run, something he can certainly build off in a rubber match, big-time contest with the Freedom tonight.
Yeah, anytime you get the nod to start a game, we talked about it many times. Obviously, you were our pitching coach for a lot of years in our baseball organization, and you pitched in college. The job of the starting pitcher is to come out and give your team the best chance to win tonight. And these guys are coached really well. They got a lot of great pitching instruction in both dugouts here. So I think they all know, do your job and hand it off to the next guy when it's his turn.
There's no question that Brian White, also a bit of a pitching whisperer. We know Chad Rhodes is the pitching coordinator for both sides in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail, but Brian White with the pitching background, just another ear and another good voice for Jackson Owens out there on the hill tonight, making his first start in 2020. It's going to be the guy to go in the extra inning if that they had decided to push the Freedom out to the field defensively, opposed to Lexington taking the field as that ultimately played out. But Nathan Gilman looked like he could have continued to roll on Sunday had he been given a little more leash.
Yeah, and you look at him, he's got that 3-to-1 strikeout to ratio that you're looking for, which is always nice. Now it's early, right? It's 3 Ks and 1 walk, but if you can keep that 3-to-1 all the way through any kind of a season, you're going to get a chance to get the ball in some big spots.
So we talked about the Freedom offense, loaded 1 through 9 with guys popping the baseball out of the park yesterday with great regularity. We talked about the pitching staff. We talked about the 2 guys that are taking the hill tonight. Now let's meet the batting orders on both sides, starting with the team that will hit first, your Florence Y'alls, here in the finale.
All right, leading off for the Y'alls will be the center fielder Rodney Tinney. Dakota Hunley will be in the 2 spot playing third base, with Kevin Watley playing shortstop batting third. Jackson Pritchard will catch and hit fourth, with Mitch Piotnik, the designated hitter, hitting in the 5 spot. Batting 6th, first baseman Kevin Belsky. Cameron Day Suggs will man the 7 hole playing right field. Blaze Speeds batting 8th playing left. And batting 9th playing second base, Will Baker, with Jackson Owens on the mound. So for the Y'alls, it's Tinney, Hunley, Watley, Pritchard, Piotnik, Belsky, Suggs, Spees, Baker, with Owens on the mound. For the Freedom, Craig Massey plays first base and leads off, something you don't see that often, a first baseman. Batting third, A.J. Bumpus playing right field, hitting in the cleanup spot. Johnny Knight the 4th playing left field, hitting in the 5 hole. Brian Danzero bats 6th and plays second base. Austin Riggins, center fielder, hitting 7th. Lucas Owens, the designated hitter, batting in the 8 hole, with Marshall Rich, the catcher, batting 9th, with Nathan Gilman on the mound. So for the Freedom, Massey, Trejo, Setio, Bumpus, Knight, Danzero, Riggins, Owens, Rich, with Gilman on the hill.
Perfect timing, and we'll now send it over to the public address announcer here at UC Health Stadium, J.D. Rock, who's about to announce starting lineups. After that, we'll have National Anthem, and you know what comes after that. First pitch between the Freedom and the Y'alls, and the rubber match here at UC Health Stadium. It is almost that time. The Y'alls and the Freedom locking horns in the rubber match of a midweek 3-game set at beautiful UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you. As always, a pleasure to bring you the call of tonight's action. Winner take all in the bragging rights game that pits the past versus the present. The Florence Freedom, the team that's been in Florence, Kentucky since 2003, and the Florence Y'alls, of which the organization turned to just after the 2019 campaign that ended in the Frontier League Championship Series. The Y'alls are the present and the future, and the Freedom making a victory lap here in 2020, getting one more opportunity to suit up in front of their fans in Florence in this battle of the Bourbon Trail. On the hill for the Florence Freedom, Nathan Gilman. Talked about him in the pregame show, a guy that got a couple of innings on Sunday when the Freedom were up in Lexington taking on the Las Leyendas. Looked incredibly sharp. A guy that Chad Rhodes, the pitching coordinator, had never seen pitch, not once before game situation in Lexington. Threw him out there, gave him the ball, talked about it in episode 1 of the Game Report on our YouTube channel that I still recommend you check out if you have not yet. But that's what we got here in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Not all these guys have history with the coaching staff, but they're all getting one thing in common, a tremendous opportunity to showcase what they can do in front of a watchful world of scouts and coaches who might be offering pro contracts at the end of this season. So Gilman entering tonight with a 0 ERA in appearance number 2. This will be his first start. Through the 8th and 9th innings for the Freedom in Lexington, did not allow a run and scattered just one hit. Rodney Tinney in the box for the Y'alls, stepping in now. It's going to be a lefty batter versus the righty Gilman to get things going here in the first. Gilman always from the stretch, sets and fires the game's first pitch. It's a strike at the knees, and we are underway at 6:39 in the PM. Calling the balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, Lyle Travis. His partner on the bases, Dave Blanchett. Gilman sets again. The righty hurls and fires. Fastball at Tinney. Spoils foul out of play on the left field line. Count quickly 0-2 on the Y'alls leadoff hitter.
Well, you called it on the weather. We've had a great stretch here lately where it's been like in the 70s and nice cool breeze. It could be a heck of a lot worse for early August out here in Florence, Kentucky, you know.
I had the right idea to wear jeans, but I'm starting to wonder if I should have brought my jacket back a second day at the ballpark in a row. Gilman sets and fires the 0-2. It's a bullet up the middle and through into center field, and just like that, Rodney Tinney has his first base hit in 2020. A well-struck single to center, and the Y'alls, who have really been at their A-self best offensively early in games in this series of the Freedom, continue the good work early.
Yeah, that's got to feel good for Rodney there. He was started off 0 for 10, so to start a new game with a base hit up the middle, and suddenly you got to feel like he got a little momentum.
Single brings up Dakota Hunley. Hunley was a bad omen for the Freedom yesterday. First pitch to him, shows bunt, trying to bunt his way aboard. He pushed it foul on the first base side and will be in an 0-1 count. But from Hunley's last at bat in game 1 through his first 2 at bats of game 2, he reached on 3 consecutive errors spanning those 2 contests. And the only errors the Freedom made in those 2 games were with this guy in the box. Little fun fact for you early.
Boy, I got my work cut out for me to top that one.
Gilman's going to check on the runner at first base. Always a wise idea when Tinney is the man aboard. Back in plenty of time this time was the base runner. Gilman readies and his 0-1. Tinney does take off. Fastball stayed in through the chute. Marshall Rich's throw is not in time to second. Tinney the head first dive and no tag even applied at short.
Yeah, Tinney just stole that one on Gilman. I mean, he got had a tremendous lead, got a tremendous jump, and then you get a pitch in the dirt, so Marshall Rich had no chance to throw him out.
Result of the pitch was too far in. The 1-1 now. Tied him up. Fouled off. Count will move to 1-2 on Dakota Hunley. Hunley's average at .294, flirting with .300 through his first 4 games in a Y'alls uniform. He'll call time and step out. Y'alls in the powder blue uniforms. Hunley rocking the knee-high Red Sox. In fact, back up above the knee like we saw yesterday. 1-2 pitch. This time Gilman will plunk him. He flirted with it a couple of different times in the at-bat. And the ball never lies. Hundley wears the pitch, has first base, and the Y'alls are set up with runners at first and second and nobody out.
Man, how often does that term, the ball never lies, just come into play, you know? And you usually won't miss the opportunity to mention that.
I know I can be pretty redundant.
No, but that is exactly what that's exactly what that at bat was heading for.
Gilman was trying to pitch in to win, but Hundley willing to wear it. He tried to turn into at least one other one in that sequence. Kevin Watley, the new man, double steal. Tenney for third, and Sedio's tag's not going to be in time. Everybody's going to be safe. So Brian White stealing bags early. Good execution of the double steal, and the Y'alls are really sitting pretty now. 2 ducks on the pond and both in scoring position. The fastball from Gilman was a strike right down the heart. So his count 0-1, but this is the guy you want up. Watley hitting .429. There's a reason he's been penciled in the 3-hole all Battle of the Bourbon Trail long. To the 0-1 pitch. Back up the box off the glove of Gilman, now carrying towards second. Danzero, the nice play. Throw to first base, and in time, what a Brian Danzero for the second time in as many nights, showing his range and ability to throw while his momentum's going the opposite direction to retire a speedy runner at first.
Yeah, you said it well. He was on a dead sprint to his right, heading towards left field, made that backhand and had to turn and kind of do the jump throw across his body. What a throw, what a play, and that is the second time in as many games he's made that exact play.
Jackson Pritchard, the new man. He watches a fastball miss chest high for a 1-0 start.
You know, we talk about how it's a game of inches. Gilman leaped up, almost snagged that as a comebacker to the mound. It just got over his glove.
Gilman goes back to the heat, but misses below the knees this time. Pritchard, and a good hitter's count, 2-0. Pitch on the way, and the off speed's down and away. 3 balls and no strikes to the Y'alls catcher. Dakota Hundley now at third base. After the comebacker from Watley. Swinging away, 3-0, and a 2-hop bouncer to first. They're going to come home with it, but they don't have a play. Hundley slides in safe. Everybody's going to be safe. And the Y'alls lead 2-0.
Yeah, Massey fielded that ball. You feel like he had the runner, Aaron, dead to rights at home. Just throw it home and make the tag, but he threw it kind of into the left-handed batter's box, so the catcher had to catch the ball. Rich had to catch the ball nowhere near home plate, no place to make a tag. So it was a perfect throw right to the catcher. Problem was the catcher didn't catch it behind home plate.
So Mitch Piotnik digs in at the man at first.
Fielder's choice RBI, eh?
Yes, sir. First pitch on the way to Piotnik. He swings away and hits a bouncer foul into the first base coach's box. Nice play. Mike Morris down there. Flashing the bare hand.
Sorry about that. You know, it almost seems like Rich was not expecting Massey to come home with that. You know, he's just going to take it himself, so he kind of drifted over into the left-hander's batter's box, and then much to his chagrin, the first baseman fires it home, and he's just not behind the plate.
Line drive to right. Piotnik has himself a base hit, and the Y'alls are continuing to cook offensively. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and just handing the bat to the next guy right now, facing Nathan Gilman.
Yeah, the Y'alls kind of picking up where they left off. They scored 3 runs last night in the 7th inning, if you'll remember, to break open a 4-4 game. So they got 3 runs last night, their last time up, and they've got 2 here the very next time up with only 1 out.
Kevin Belsky, the new hitter. First pitch to him. Runs too far inside, skips to the backstop. Both base runners move up 90 feet. And the Freedom can't get out of their own way here in the first inning. It's not so much the physical errors. They have not made any of those in the frame, but the mental lapses and, of course, the wild pitch never helps. But I agree with you to go back to the ground ball to Massey. An interesting play, not just to get the out at first base, but to come home with it. And I agree that Marshall Rich just didn't think it was coming. Swinging away at the 1-0 pitch is Belsky and hitting a towering fly ball into left field. Coming in for it is Johnny Knight. He'll squeeze. Ball was too shallow for Jackson Pritchard to have any chance to tag up, so he'll stay right there at third base, as will Piotnik at second. And with 2 outs, the bat will be handed to Cameron Day Suggs, the usual Freedom catcher, who got dressed in the other clubhouse today. And for the second time in as many nights, will play the field and hit for Brian White's crew here at UC Health Stadium.
Yeah, on that fly ball to left field that Belsky hit, it was very high and very shallow, so you knew right off the bat it was going to be very difficult to tag and score for Jackson Pritchard.
First pitch too far in, and it's 1-0.
If you're going to be an outfielder and you got a chance to throw a guy out at home, what you hope is it's not real deep and it's high enough that you can get behind it, get your momentum coming in. Johnny Knight did that very well.
Swing and a miss from Suggs on pitch number 2. Gilman threw the fastball by him. Suggs got an RBI single his first time up in yesterday's nightcap when playing for the Y'alls. Will swing away and foul tip this baseball back towards the backstop. Count now 1-2. But he's already hurt Dennis Pelfrey once after getting sent to the other side. And again, this wasn't an official trade or anything, but rules were pretty lax in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail for the organizations in which guys suit up for. You might see other guys make appearances on the other team from time to time. Fastballs outside to Suggs to even his count 2-2.
That's what's kind of cool about this concept. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to Florence against Lexington, right? And then the best of the Freedom and the Y'alls combined and the best of the Legends and the Las Leyendas combined. So
changeup swung on and missed. Doug's down on strikes. We'll finish that thought when we come back in the bottom of the first. But the Florence Y'alls continuing to cook offensively. Going back to the game 1 and 2 yesterday, that is now 4 or 5 runs scored for the Y'alls in their first innings in the last 3 games. Early offense here in Florence.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Rohr Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Rohr at Rohr Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Rohr Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to rohrins.com. Call Alvin Rohr. Call the Rohr Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
The Florence Y'alls leading the Freedom 2-0 after 1/2 inning. And now we go to the bottom of the first and lay our eyes on Jackson Owens, the right-hander out of Lake Dallas, Texas, who makes his second appearance in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail today. First start, and will square off with the vaunted Freedom lineup that begins with Massey, Trejo, and Setio here in the first. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium. You are listening to the rubber match of a midweek 3-game set between the Florence Y'alls and the Florence Freedom, past versus present in Florence, Kentucky.
that's a cool way to frame it. It's exactly what it is, right? The past of the Freedom and the present of the Y'alls combined, or clash, I guess you'd say. Kind of both.
Craig Massey in the box, staring at an early fastball that missed outside from Jackson Owens, and the leadoff man is ahead 1-0. How about the day for Massey yesterday? Of course, the same thing can be said for about 6 or 7 guys in the Freedom 1 through 9. 1-0, too far out for ball 2. But after a slow start, a 1-for-7 start, I believe, and a 143 batting average after the opening weekend of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, Massey has his batting average up over 300 with his heroics at the plate yesterday. Owens is on the board. This fastball found the outside corner for a called strike. And it's still early in the season where you see averages jump all over the place. But Massey with 2 big flies and a single yesterday. So now suddenly the leadoff man with 2 homers, 4 RBIs, and a bullet up the middle here. Kevin Whatley in front, but he kicks it. Ball rolls into shallow center field. He'll have no play. And Massey will be aboard E6 to start the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Whatley was fundamental textbook there. Got down, got the glove out, just like you teach a kid how to field a ground ball. Very fundamental sound on his form, but it just caught him in the cup of the glove and bounced off his chest.
Cesar Trejo in the box. Jackson Owens sets at the belt. Massey's going to take off on the first pitch. Pritchard up through the chute, and his hose to second will not be in time. Didn't see a whole lot of stolen base attempts in yesterday's 2 games, but what a difference a day makes. Everybody that gets on is looking to swipe that next bag here in the early goings of this one.
Yeah, didn't you have a nugget last night that the only stolen bases in the doubleheader were by catchers?
Yes, that was the case at the time that I said it. I don't believe that ended up standing. But Lucas Owens, Marshall Rich, and Jackson Pritchard all have stolen bases this year, and I believe they all stole a base last night. So certainly an interesting tidbit. The guys that were successful in taking the next base were the more traditional plodding catchers, which certainly isn't the case for these 3 guys. Swinging away and fouling one off was Trejo here. And his count will now be 1 ball and 1 strike. With Massey standing at second, nobody out. In a 2-0 game, the Y'alls lead bottom 1.
Nice reference to the plodding catcher. That through history, that's a great one-word descriptor of a catcher, a prototypical catcher of old, you know, the plodding catcher.
Massey dancing a mile off second will prompt Owens to step off.
It's so funny how the game's changed through the years. Back in the day, you remember, the first baseman always has your power. The shortstop and second baseman are always little guys. Don't hit great, but play good defense.
1-1 pitch, turned on and fouled off. But yeah, the game's just changed so much. That lasted forever.
It did.
The more traditional slugging first baseman that might strike out a bunch but hits for good power. Little guys, top order guys at second and short.
Third baseman usually had some pop. That was usually almost just a prerequisite, you know.
And now it's just about home runs.
Yep, having power.
Ton of strikeouts, ton of homers in the major league game these days. 1-2 pitch to Trejo, fouled off the other way. He'll stay alive, still 1-2 in a battle with Jackson Owens. Trejo's numbers in the early going is a .235 batting average, 4 for his first 17, and 17 plate appearances as well. One of the few guys to not work a walk or get hit by a pitch yet in the Freedom batting order. He gets his hacks when he gets up there. Owens sets, a couple looks to second, high leg kick and the 1-2 home, lifted in the air, deep right field. This was the power part of the field yesterday. It's twisting and will end up foul, out of play.
Looks like the ball's going to carry that way again tonight, although right now the flag's kind of calmed down, but the wind, when it is blowing, it's blowing out kind of from left to right, but more out towards right field. So it seems like that's the jet stream yet again tonight.
I think a couple of those home runs yesterday were guys just trying to exploit that kind of inside-out swings, uppercuts, just trying to get it in the air to right. Not to diminish the 7 home runs the Freedom hit in 2 games yesterday, but they were smart, played to the park. 1-2, breaking ball, very close pitch, but too far in is the verdict from Lyle Travis, so Trejo will be in an even 2-2 count. Owens has his sign from Pritchard, who sets up out to the righty. Trejo now dances in. 2-2 pitch, got it in on the hands and fouled off in the box. A long at bat continues for Cesar Trejo.
Looking around the ballpark here, have you ever seen anybody hit the Kane sign on the right field pole or the Jets pizza sign? Like they're there for target practice.
You know, not off the top of my head, I can't recall it. I know one of my favorite promotions here in Florence is Jackson Pritchard goes out for a quick meeting of the minds with starter Jackson Owens. We'll bring you into the broadcast booth, but there is a stick-em wall out there in right field where guys will be put up using elastic. They'll have a glove on, and they'll be suspended on that wall. If a home run is caught by the person that is suspended up on that wall in that inning, they get an absurd amount of money, like $250,000.
Wow.
I don't know if they'll be doing that promotion this year, but it was certainly one of the more popular ones the last few years in Florence. High fastball from Owens after the meeting. And his count will now be 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cesar Trejo. It's one of those moments where I wish I had a telestrator to circle on the screen for our viewing audience where exactly that is.
Is it out there in right field right beside the 811 sign?
It's the lime green. You can see on the live stream. It says contact on the wall and right. There's a white wall above it. That is where a person will be stuck using elastic with a glove. Another foul ball from Trejo. This one just outside the stripe on that third base line. Would have been extra bases, but instead it's just another strike on the ledger for Jackson Owens.
You know, it never dawned on me, we were talking about that point there, but you don't often see a mound visit like we just had in the middle of an at-bat. You know, you almost wonder what that was. Usually it's after, you know, am I wrong on that? Usually it would be between hitters. We wonder if they were just checking on him to see.
Another payoff pitch, another foul ball from Trejo. I think I used the word elastic a couple of times. Velcro was the word I was looking for. Somebody is Velcroed to that white wall up there with a glove on in hopes of catching a home run ball. But, you know, I think they might have just been in a situation where Owens was shaking off Pritchard a lot. So Pritchard wanted to go out there and set up the plan of attack to get Trejo. He is a very talented hitter, formerly in the Mariners organization. Maybe Owens had a different plan of attack than Pritchard, and they were just getting it all ironed out. Payoff pitch is upstairs. What an at-bat for Trejo, and he earns his way on. It's a base on balls in the first of the outing for Jackson Owens.
Yeah, Trejo earned that walk. He saw a plethora of pitches, probably knocking on the door of 9-10 pitches in that at-bat. So well done there.
Brings up the scary Chad Setio, the man with 3 home runs already in 4 games for Dennis Pelfrey's Freedom. First pitch to him. Fastball that's out. 1-0. Runners now at first and second for the Freedom. Still nobody dead. In the bottom of the first, 2-0 Y'alls in front. The 1-0 on the way. Looking for the inner half, but above the belt for ball 2 to Setio. Owens readies and fires the 2-0. Big swing and a chopper foul on the first base side. Setio's average at .385. On base percentage at .500. That'll work. Four RBIs for him. But with 3 home runs, he would probably like to see that RBI total closer to 10. He hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities with guys on base, a lot of solo shots. Owens will use the wheel move to check on Massey at second.
So important in these spots when you have runners on second base to try to hold them close. Anything you can do to give your outfielder just a little bit of an advantage on a potential play at the plate.
2-1, in on the hands and fouled off the foot of Setio. So Owens answering the bell after falling behind 2-0 to a dangerous hitter. He's got back-to-back strikes. Big pitch coming here to a dangerous hitter. Pritchard sets up out, 2-2 on the way. Fastball was out, but too far for ball 3. Massey reaching on the air at short, and then the marathon at bat for Cesar Trejo, resulting in a walk to set the Freedom up with the runners at first and second they currently have. 3-hole in the box. Payoff on the way. Runners take off. Cedillo hits this ball a ton to deep right field, but it's going to twist foul. Home run distance. It's rolling down Freedom way, but it was a foul ball. Another payoff pitch will be upcoming.
Well, the pitch count just racking up here for Jackson Owens. Seems like he's been full to everybody. A lot of foul balls, only on his third hitter and outs.
Another 3-2. Cedillo lifts this in the air towards left, but it's going to twist well out of play. Take a bounce or two on the concourse. Yeah, the one thing he didn't need after the long at bat from Trejo was another guy to dig in there and foul off 6 or 7 pitches, but here we go.
Here we go, yep.
Slow developing bottom of the first inning, but good at bats. One after another. Another 3-2 to Cedillo. Swung on and smashed to right. Another foul ball with home run distance.
Well, the runners are another double steal attempt there, so they're getting a workout, Massey and Trejo, trying to steal a base and then walking back to their base after the foul ball. They're getting their sprints in here during the game.
Yeah. Taking off on the 3-2 pitch. Winded now. Owens has his pitch picked out. Here it comes. Line drive to center field. Coming in for it's Tenney. He'll slide and make the stab. Up and firing towards third base. There's going to be a play there, but Dakota Hundley bobbles it. Sliding in safely is Craig Massey, and staying at first base with Cesar Trejo. Runners on the edges for the Freedom, and that's a situation where I think Dennis Pelfrey's probably wishing Trejo was standing at second right now.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't take second base there on the throw to third from the outfield, but let's not lose the fact. What a great play by Rodney Tenney there. He came in and kind of slid down and made the play. It was good base running by Massey to tag up on that, not just take off on contact. He kind of held up and tagged up. Pretty close play at third. The ball kind of got away from Dakota Hundley on the bounce, so absolutely no reason.
Runner takes off. Trejo, rather, is going to swipe second base, so maybe feeling a little bit flushed that he wasn't there the pitch before. He promptly steals second. Does so successfully. Runners now at second and third base. Result of the pitch to A.J. Bumpus, a strike. His count is 0-1. Owens deals. High fly ball, deep left center field, but Rodney Tenney's got a beat on this. At the track, he'll give way to the left fielder Blaze Spees, who makes the running catch. This will be a sacrifice fly. No attempt to get Massey at home. The Freedom have answered, and the Y'alls lead is cut in half in a 2-1 game.
Boy, 2 outs and 2 loud outs. A rocket line drive off the bat of Cedillo for the first out, and then Bumpus put a charge into that one and put it out to the warning track. So if you're going to get a sac fly, that's the way to do it. Erase all doubt. No chance to throw a runner out at home when a ball hit that deep. And yeah, I'm with you. I thought Tenney was going to make that play, and Spees came out of nowhere and just said, I'll take this one myself.
Johnny Knight gets a first pitch fastball, but spit on it, and it's called a strike. Trejo able to move from second to third on the sacrifice fly. Standing just 90 feet away in a 1-run game. 0-1 tonight. Buried. Good play behind the plate by Jackson Pritchard to swallow it up and keep it in front. More importantly for the Y'alls to keep Trejo there at third base. 1-1. Late swing, 1-2. Knight off to a fast start offensively as well with the .417 batting average. 1-2, very close pitch, but Owens does not get the call. Kind of leaving it at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and for the first time in the frame, deuces all over the board. Righty has his pitch, here it comes, 2-2, called strike 3. And Cesar Trejo will be stranded at third base, so Owens minimizes the damage, but the Freedom do fight back. 3 runs scored in the first inning, 2 for the Y'alls, 1 for the Freedom. So we go to the top of the second with the Y'alls in front by 1 at UC Health Stadium. You're listening to Florence Y'alls Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Back to the action, top 2. Y'alls in front of the Freedom, 2-1. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium. Nathan Gilman back on the bump. Time called in the box. This pitch will not count. Blaze Spees was granted time. 8-9-1 due up for Brian White's Y'alls crew. Spees, Baker, and Tinney at the top. Gilman will go to the fastball on the first pitch, but it's down and away for ball 1. What a debut for Spees yesterday. Talk about that after this pitch. Slow rolling ground ball towards second. Danzero charging, fields at the foot and fires across the body like he does so well, and gets Spees retired for out number 1. But Spees arrived in Florence yesterday and promptly announced his presence. Batting average at .667. 4 for his first 6. Slugging .833, had a double, 3 singles. Brian White found a good one in that guy, but he was out number 1 here in the top of the second, bringing up Will Baker with nobody aboard. First pitch to Baker, skips to the plate for ball 1. Baker, like Spees, made his debut yesterday for the Y'alls. Fastball from Gilman and a called strike. Gilman trying to get a shutdown inning after allowing 2 in the first. Fastball lifted in the air to right field. Long run for A.J. Bumpus closing in on foul ground, and he'll have to slow up. This ball's out of play. And will go down as strike 2 on the second baseman, Baker. Baker, another guy out of Muncie, Indiana at Ball State. Logged some pro experience in the American Association, playing for the Kansas City T-Bones. You ever go to a T-Bones game? When
I did not. I had a T-bone or two in my day, but didn't go to any T-Bones games.
I don't recall ever going when I was on the scene.
Kansas City T-Bones. I had to do a little Google search on them, and
sounds like you've never even heard of them.
Yeah. How did that happen?
American Association, another independent entity, breaking balls down and away. Baker started to go. They'll appeal, but Dave Blanchett says no go. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count on the man who rolls the lineup over today for the Y'alls.
Yeah, Wichita, where we lived for a few years, had a team playing in that conference, the Wichita Aeros, A-E-R-O-S.
Good breaking ball. Baker watched it and will be down on strikes, looking for out number 2.
Not sure why it felt the need to spell arrows, but.
Well, because it was an obscure spelling.
Yeah.
Would have been weird if you said A-R-R-O-W-S.
Yeah, I thought I needed to clarify that.
A-E-R-O.
Yeah, played at Lawrence Dumont Stadium, where Ken Jarrett played in. His team won the Derby team.
The Derby Twins.
Yep.
Collegiate summer team.
You think they're expecting a bunt at first base here?
I would think so. Craig Massey in, now backing up. Rodney Tinney in the box. He's going to softball style slap a base hit to left field. You don't see that too often in the game of baseball, but Tinney just pulled it off masterfully, and he is 2 for 2 today, putting the slow start in the rearview mirror. Getting on base like the leadoff hitter is supposed to for Brian White today.
Well, you called it. He literally just reached out and slapped that ball into left field. I mean, that was exactly what he was trying to do. So Tinney starts off the season 0 for 10. Now he's 2 for 2, so taking that average up to 200 points in 2 at-bats.
Picked to first base. Not in time, Tinney back. But Tinney already does have a pair of stolen bases in this one, so wise move for Gilman, learning from past mistakes. Now attempting to hold Tinney, who will take off on this pitch, and Marshall Rich will bobble the exchange, allowing Tinney to be up standing at second. Make it 3 stolen bases for the speedster. And now he's caught in no man's land. He was safe at second, must not have realized that he was able to stay there on the bag. He was heading back to first. He'll dive towards second, but is tagged out by Craig Massey for out number 3. Now that is one of the strangest things I've seen. Steals second base standing and then starts walking back to first.
He had to have thought, I know the inning's over here, but he had to have thought that was a foul ball. He had it stolen. I mean, literally. Like not even a play, and then he just starts walking back towards first, and then the good luck with scoring that one with the rundown. I'll have to rethink that one. I think it literally was 6-3 because Massey just ran him down and dove at him at second base at the very end. So pretty bizarre way to end the inning.
Back in a flash as we go to the bottom of the second in a 2-1 game at UC Health Stadium.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in Greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life. Pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg. Proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
From UC Health Stadium, the Y'alls lead. The bottom of the second, swinging away at a first pitch fastball is Brian Danzero, who has himself another base hit. This one to center, another single, and the man who was hitting over 500 at 553 is 1 for 1 today.
Boy, there's really nothing this young guy cannot do. He is hitting the cover off the ball, playing a tremendous second base. He can play outfield, he can play infield.
Forget just playing for a pro contract. Brian Danzero might be an affiliated guy next year. Austin Riggins in the box. Breaking ball called a strike on the outer third to start him 0-1. Riggins doing just a tremendous job turning a slow start completely around yesterday. Danzero takes off. Good pitch to go on. It was a breaker, and Danzero has successfully stolen second as Pritchard's throw is a little too late.
I know, yeah, we also need to add he can steal bases.
Yeah, don't want to leave anything left unsaid. But more on the turnaround for Austin Riggins. The guy was 0 for 9 with 7 strikeouts to start the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail. And yesterday he homered twice, tripled, singled, and had 6 RBIs.
Jeez.
He's out in front of a breaking ball here and will fall behind 0-2. In fact, that was strike 3. He's out number 1.
You know, it's so early, in this season. This is what, game 5 for these guys. So just think of a spring training start. You have guys that start slow, and after like 3-4 games, you probably feel like you're okay, we're ready to start the season, And these guys, unfortunately, had to start from scratch.
Strikeout brings up Lucas Owens. He gets a first pitch fastball, and it's a strike on the outer third. So Owens doing a good job pumping the strikes here in inning number 2. Pitch count was elevated with long at-bats in the first inning. He only faced the first 6 hitters, not the end of the world, but the long at-bats from Trejo and Cedillo got the pitch count up in a hurry in the first. The 0-1's fouled back to the screen. Owens now behind 0-2. So it's Owens versus Owens, and Jackson throwing to Jackson right now.
All right, that's 2 fun facts. I got to dig. Pretty close.
Jackson Owens on the hill, Lucas Owens in the box, and Jackson Pritchard behind the plate catching. 0-2 pitch. Fastball's out. Good 0-2. That was close, but clearly off the plate. Just hoping to entice Owens, who didn't bite. Quick consensus reached. And the 1-2 on the way. Fastball. Owens got underneath it. Fly ball, shallow center, trouble. Tenney charging in. Hat blows off, but he makes the catch. And there's 2 away.
Yeah, he lost the hat about 10 steps into that run in to make the play, right? But routine fly ball to center field.
I don't know why it's always funny for me.
It is when
in baseball when the hat blows off a guy running for the ball, or it's the same in football when a guy's helmet's off and he's still running.
I grew up listening to the Royals, Denny Matthews and Fred White. Denny Matthews obviously in the Hall of Fame. I listened to him for practically my whole childhood, and he would always say, loses his cap and makes the catch. He would just always be real matter of fact about it.
Marshall Rich at the plate. He swings at the first pitch. It's a hot shot to short that Watley fields clean and fires across the diamond in time. So a good inning for Jackson Owens, pitching around the Brian Danzero single and stolen base and protects the 1-run lead. So we'll go to the third. Y'alls to the plate, still leading the Freedom by 1, 2-1 on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, go-anywhere, do-anything trucks money can buy. That's the Toyota Tacoma. The truck that feels like it was built for you. Because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out.
Got a good one in the works. One-run game. Y'alls in front, 2-1. Going to the top of the third at UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you. Y'alls coming to the plate. Getting one more crack at Nathan Gilman. And they will send their 2-3-4, Hunley, Watley, Pritchard, to the dish. Hunley wore a pitch his first time up, 0 for 0, the run scored. First pitch to him, he swings at, it's a chopper foul past Brian White, who pled no contest to that one. Got an interesting shift on for Hunley. Second base playing directly behind second base in shallow center field. Short and third not too far from each other on the left side of the infield as the fastball's left at the letters for ball one. And Massey almost playing second base from his position at first. So they expect Hunley to pull.
Yeah, D'Andro's even moved over now. He's on the shortstop side of second base.
Hunley will go the other way, but it's going to be a foul ball and a pop fly that'll find the seats. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hunley.
This is where you would look at this alignment, and someone who doesn't really follow baseball real close would say, why in the world would he just not hit the ball over toward second base? Because there is nobody
there. As
there.
if it's that easy.
Yeah, right. I mean.
1-2, breaking ball out and skipped for ball 2. The one thing that I've always thought was fascinating about this, though, is you would think the pitcher would always pitch in, too, to try to guarantee it. Try to run the fastball in on the hands or breaking pitches in, but they're still working away. Rich sets up away. 2-2's hit up the middle, but Danzero's there. The second baseman playing short in this instance. Fields and fires to first. Good job keeping the toe on the corner of the base for Massey. It was a close play over there. Massey had to stretch, but he was able to keep the toe on. And Hunley is out number 1.
Boy, just 2 quick points on that one. Number 1, kudos to the shift because Danzero was standing at a spot where that's a base hit against a normal
every
defense.
Time.
Number 2, Danzero just did his normal second base flip, probably forgetting I am clear on the other side of second, did that second baseman sidearm fling and about didn't get the guy at first.
Was a bang play. Kevin Watley, the new hitter. First pitch, big swing and a miss, 0-1. Watley in a good kind of groove. Even his outs are productive right now. Grounded out in the first inning, but plated one of the 2 Y'alls runs. Shows bunt, lays one down. It's going to roll foul on the third base side. Killed by Marshall Rich. And the count will be 0-2 on Watley, who has the long trek back to his bat. So the 1 RBI in this one for Watley brings his total up to 3 on the season. His on-base percentage was at .556 in 4 games coming into play today. That did go down with the ground out, but pretty much checking every box.
Well, yeah.
Look at statistically for a guy penciled in the 3-hole.
And he brought his trusty towel with him again tonight, so.
Tucked in the back of the pants. 0-2's outside. Waste pitch from Gilman.
For those of you not listening in the ballpark, picture a quarterback in the NFL. There's usually a towel out the back of their pants, kind of for them to wipe their hands on. And Watley has that towel himself.
1-2's fouled back to the backstop.
Yesterday we thought maybe he forgot it was there, you know, the first at bat. Now it's like that's clearly a staple with his uniform.
Well, you know, he is a Seattle, Washington guy, and one of the fun facts he gave is that he is a diehard Seahawks fan, so you wonder if he's just a little bit inspired by Russell Wilson, who couldn't be. One of the best players in the game, at the most important position.
No doubt.
1-2. Got it in on the hand, slow rolling ground ball to short. That's right at Trejo. His throw is high to first base. Massey has to leave his feet, but he made the tag. Tremendous play by Craig Massey to save another throwing error on Cesar Trejo.
Yeah, nice job. Massey's showing the ups. Realized he's not going to be able to stretch on that one. Had to leap, full extend, catch it, and then come down and do the swipe tag on the way down and get the base runner right on the shoulder. That's exactly how you draw that up. Avoid a collision, still get the tag. No harm, no foul. Because that's within a few inches of being a collision at first base there.
Jackson Pritchard trying to extend the inning. First pitch, down and away for ball 1. The 1-0 is fouled back to the screen. Good cut from Jackson Pritchard, who has put plenty of good cuts on tape here in the early goings. Already a couple of doubles, 3 singles, and a .385 batting average for the guy hitting in Brian White's cleanup spot. 1-1, down and away for ball 2. Pritchard, like Watley before him, with an RBI in this one. So the 3-4 hitters for the Y'alls. The 2 guys with a run batted in. Here's a swing, another grounder to short. Trejo goes to the backhand, misplays it. It bounces over his glove and rolls into left. This will be an error on the shortstop, Trejo. And it does extend the inning, allowing Mitch Piotnik to get an opportunity. Already 1 for 1 today.
Yeah, Trejo, the chance to record all 3 outs there. He'd already thrown out the first 2 hitters in the inning, and that was his chance for the hat trick. Just misplayed the backhand.
It was Danzero on the first one, so 4-3, 6-3.
Oh, you know what? Because it was a shift, right? I put down 6-3 because he was playing. Way to call me out on the air in front of our thousands of listeners.
Fastball was down on the first pitch to Piotnik. It's 1-0. Couldn't resist.
Everybody needs to scrap that entire commentary around how
yeah.
he had a chance
to
make all 3 outs.
Fastball got a swing and a miss. Piotnik in a 1-1.
I suppose that doesn't help my case that he was clearly on the shortstop side of second base.
Runner takes off. Pritchard a delay steal and a successful one. Marshall Rich's throw is going to bounce into center field off the backhanded attempt by Trejo, and that'll allow Pritchard to take 90 more feet. He ends up at third base. And this is the kind of thing that can happen when you make miscues or walk guys with 2 outs. It seems like they're always at third base in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, Rich fired down to throw him out at second base, and it short hopped. I think Trejo covered there, and it bounced over him and rolled into center field. So you do a delayed steal and get your stolen base, and you get a gift of an extra 90 feet, and there he is now 90 feet away, but with 2 outs.
Count is 1-2 on Piotnik as a fastball sails wide. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's the old adage, with 2 outs, are you really that much better off at third or second? still in scoring position either way. That's the way you got to look at it if you're on defense.
The 2-2. Downstairs. Piontek in a full count. That'll go down as an error on Marshall Rich behind the plate, a throwing error. So 2 errors in the inning for the Freedom. Good breaking ball from the hurler, and it froze Piontek, who's caught looking at strike 3. That'll do it for the Y'alls in the third. Pritchard does reach on an error, find himself at third due to another, but he's left stranded. Y'alls in front, 2-1 as the Freedom come to the plate, bottom 3 on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Jackson Owens back out for another inning of work. Bottom 3 at UC Health Stadium, and the Y'alls leading the Freedom in the rubber match of a midweek 3-game series. Aaron Brody alongside my dad, Troy Brody. A pleasure to bring you the call of tonight's action. Owens back looking at the heart of the order, due up for the Freedom in short order. Starts with Craig Massey, the top of the order due up here. We will get to the early part of the Hart and Sedio. And if one man reaches, A.J. Bumpus. Owens deals and fires a fastball that's fouled back to the screen for Massey after an early called strike. Massey in an 0-2. Craig 0 for 1, but reached on an error and scored a run. The one run the Freedom have on the scoreboard. The 0-2 from Owens. Fastball drilled to center on a line, but Tinney back a couple of steps, had Massey nearly played perfectly. Puts this one in his back pocket for out number 1. Together in practice all week. Of course, when you're playing as many games as they are in a week, there aren't many practice times, but these guys all are in the same clubhouse, working together. Breaking ball on the first pitch to Trejo, stays in for ball 1. They take BP together. They do get to mix and interact as much as the rather strict COVID-19 policy will allow them to do here in Florence. Fastball's in. Trejo jumps back to avoid it. Is ahead 2-0. But here's a good fact that you'll appreciate about the pitcher, Jackson Owens. He's a Lake Dallas, Texas native and a huge Dallas Cowboys and Tony Romo fan. Fastball's lined up the middle into center. Trejo's got a knock. Back-to-back batters Going right back up the box. But Trejo aboard with one out as Cedillo comes to the plate. But yeah, so me and Jackson hit it off right away, as you could assume.
Absolutely, yeah, without a doubt. You don't see many of them. We tend to run into our Cowboy antagonists along the way.
Which is just about every other person you talk to, it seems like.
Quite a polarizing team. And Romo himself, just a lightning rod of opinions from people.
No doubt. So many wrong opinions out there about him. First pitch to Cedillo, the heat, but it's outside for ball one. Just wonder how the Cowboys will rip our hearts out this year.
Well, they'll certainly find a way.
1-0's in. It's 2-0 on Cedillo.
There's many ways to do it, and they found them all.
Sad but true. 2-0. Make it 3-0. Another fastball. He's going right after him, but he's definitely not wanting to make any mistakes. Middle in, middle out. He's looking for the edges on both sides of the plate. He's failed to find them. Cedillo 0 for 1, lined out to center after a long at bat in the first. Trejo takes off for second, maybe the hit and run. Another line drive to center field, and another running catch for Rodney Tinney, who's going to throw towards first, trying to double off Trejo, but throws wide of the mark, and Trejo is back with a slide. So Cedillo has tested Tinney's range in center a couple of times, and each time Tinney's won the war.
Yeah, Trejo was stealing there, so he had to slam on the brakes and did a nice job of looking up, finding the baseball, realizing that ball is heading towards center field. I better retreat to first. And did so.
See if A.J. Bumpus can keep the inning alive for the Freedom. Picked to first base. Good move from Owens. Very close play, but Trejo back underneath the tag from Belsky. Bumpus, a sac fly and an RBI. His first time up. First pitch, a shoe shiner. The fastball. 1-0. Pritchard sets up out for the 1-0. Trejo takes off. Maybe another hit and run as Bumpus sends a foul ball back to the screen. Haven't seen too many breaking balls or changeups from Jackson. He has gone right after these hitters with his fastball. We do have the radar gun up and firing here at UC Health Stadium tonight. Living anywhere from 85 to 87 with the cheese. 1-1. There's the changeup. 76. Good differential, but it was high for ball two.
Yeah, that's what they're after, that differential. I don't know what the scouts are looking for these days in a differential on your off speed to your fastball, but
you want a good 10 miles an hour if you can. Not everybody has that, but Owens does. Fastball's popped up. Third base side. Shallow left now. Kevin Watley from short ranges and makes the catch. And Jackson Owens has done a tremendous job holding this tremendous Freedom offense at bay through their first 3 at-bats. He's had to face some threats, but he's come up big. He's allowed just 1, and the Y'alls are in front by 1 in the rubber match of a midweek series at UC Health Stadium.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Welcome back to UC Health Stadium, a 2-1 game. The Y'alls lead, and I am going to hand the reins of the play-by-play over to my dad, Troy Brody.
Garrett, hi everybody. First batter ground ball to first base. So one pitch, one out. Massey takes it 3 unassisted. Kevin Belsky hit a rocket on the ground right to Massey, and he made the play look easy. So 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch. That'll bring up Cameron Day Suggs. As I score that 3 unassisted, it'll be Suggs, Spees, and Baker now. 7, 8, 9 due up next. Cameron 1 ball, no strikes. Suggs swings the bat waiting. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 now. You think this is Gilman's last inning probably?
Saw starters yesterday go 5. I don't think his pitch count's too problematic. It'll depend on how efficient he can be in the 4th, I'd think.
There's a 1-1 fly ball to center field. Looks to be no, actually it's out in short center field, caught by Danzero. So I misread that one. My bad there. Danzero all over the place making the plays. So 2 up, 2 down. For the Y'alls, that'll bring up Blake Spees, grounded out to second base in the 2nd inning, getting his 2nd crack here at Nathan Gilman. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Y'alls, 1 run, 2 hits for the Freedom. Gilman pitches, chopper foul into the Y'alls dugout. 0-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. At a beautiful night here for baseball at UC Health Stadium, Florence, Kentucky. Come on out if you're in the area. Plenty of baseball left tonight. Here's a pitch, lined foul into the seats. Boy, that was a rocket. There's a fan out there, in my opinion, lucky to be alive, and he's actually a little bit frustrated he didn't make the play. I think he's lucky to be still standing there.
Might bring his glove next time.
You know, I'm going to think about a glove in that spot. That was a rocket. So 0-2 the count to the left-handed hitting Blaze Spees. Here's the pitch. Fastball, a little high. Good little waist pitch there. See if he'll chase it. 1-2 to Spees with Will Baker in the on-deck circle. Gilman comes set at the stretch. The pitch, fastball, chop foul into the crowd. Nice play by a fan there in row 1. Just jumped up and made it look easy. Now the other fan down the line is saying that was a lot easier than the one that I had. So Speed's back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. He was heckling him down there. The guy made the play and he was getting heckled. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball bounced to first base. Massey makes the play, trots over to first. An easy 3 up, 3 down for Nathan Gilman.
I'm thinking he'll be back out in the 5th.
He probably will with that easy of an inning. We'll see. We'll come back here in the top of the 5th at UC Health Stadium on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Here we go, bottom of the fourth. The Freedom coming to bat. They are down 2-1. They will send up to the plate hitters 5, 6, and 7. Johnny Knight, Brian Danzero, and Austin Riggins to face Jackson Owens out there for his fourth inning tonight. Owens comes set out of the stretch, and here's the pitch. The fastball on the inside part of the plate, a little too far in, so 1-0 to the Freedom left fielder, Johnny Knight. There's the pitch, hammered into left field. That's going to be fair ball down the left field line. It's going to roll over towards the corner. Will he try for two? Yes, he will. And he'll pull up easily here with, I was going to say a stand-up double. Slides really for the effect. But a nice job by Johnny Knight there to get in scoring position to start the inning. Ropes a double down the left field line, Aaron.
Second double of the season for him. A guy who has shown time and time again his pop in batting practice. Long ball after long ball, one of the few guys I've ever seen take Carl Craigie deep in a sim game. He's continuing to hit for power and for extra bases here in the early goings.
And that'll bring up Mr. Dangerous, Brian Danzero. Hammered into left field for a base hit. No surprise there. He hit it so hard, going to be hard to score, and that's exactly what happens. Knight has to pull up at third as Danzero hit it too hard, actually, to get an RBI. Just a one-hop rocket right to the left fielder, Blaze Speed. So Danzero continues his hot hitting, 533 coming into tonight, and he's 2 for 2.
And still just one RBI for the poor guy. All these base hits, but hitting in the bottom, well, more middle bottom,
Yep.
if that's
it is
a thing. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of opportunities to plate runners. We might see him move up. He continues to hit the ball this way.
Gosh, just jumped on the first pitch and just ripped it. Pitch fastball bounced to third base. Jumping play by Dakota Hundley. Fires to second for the force out. And now they fire home, and they're going to get the runner at the plate. Were they out at second base? I missed that. Yeah, a double play there. Boy, set that one up. That was a great play by Hundley.
That was fantastic. A leaping play by the third baseman. He doesn't have a shot to get the out at second base if he didn't know he was going there immediately. He got the exchange clean, a hose to second, and then it's a really heads-up play by Watley. As Knight took off on the throw to second base, Watley, with the view of the plate right in front of him, knew it was there and put the throw on the money to Jackson Pritchard for the unconventional double play.
Man, that talk about changing the perception or complexion of the inning. So Riggins will get a fielder's choice there. That'll bring up Lucas Owens, who's flown to center in the second inning. So the Freedom 8-hitter at the plate here, suddenly now with 2 outs and a runner on first. There goes the runner towards second base. Throw down, and they've got him. Pritchard throws out. Austin Riggins trying to steal second base. So outs all over the bases there at the Y'alls recorded, and the Freedom got to walk off the field now, scratching their heads, wondering what in the heck happened in that inning that we lost 3 runners on the bases. So nothing doing for the Freedom in the bottom of the fourth. We'll come back to the 5th inning on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, Their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs: sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at kelseychev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Welcome back to UC Health Stadium. We've got a score of 2-1 in favor of the Y'alls as they come to bat here in the top of the fifth. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Y'alls, 1 run on 3 hits for the Freedom. The Y'alls will send up the 9-1-2 combo: Will Baker, Rodney Tinney, Dakota Hunley, to face probably one more inning of Nathan Gilman. First pitch is a fastball for a strike. 0-1, boy, something you don't see every day last inning, the 5-4-2 double play.
Yeah, that was really sharp, really well executed by the Y'alls.
Baker at the plate, lines one foul. Finally a foul ball on the left side of the play. Everything's been going over towards right field tonight. Hammered it foul into the stands. Now he's down in the count. 0-2 is Will Baker. Will struck out in the second inning, getting his second crack at it here against Gilman. Really good pitching matchup unfolding here tonight. Nice tight ball game, 2-1. As we approach the middle innings and the battle of the bullpens will start to begin here in a little bit. A lot of action out in the bullpen right now. There's a chopper down the left field line, foul.
Seemed awful close to being a fair ball.
Yeah, that did.
Cedio knew it, but I was thinking, was it fair?
Yeah, it looked all the world like it went over the bag, and then he made a nice play on a backhand, probably wishing it would have been fair, although you wonder that would have been about as long a throw as the third baseman will ever have to make.
Yeah.
With your momentum heading towards your right at the foul line.
Might be one of those jump throw situations in the ACL tear that Chipper had in his career, trying to make that play.
I can't hear ACL tear and not think of that movie, The Comebacks. There's the 0-2 pitch.
That is a great drop of a movie.
ACL tear. Gosh.
Now go out there and tear it up.
All right, back to the action. 1-2 here to Will Baker as we're dropping movie references in a tight ball game. Fastball line down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball and roll into the corner as well. Baker flying around first, on the way to second, going to pull up there for a stand-up double. So the 9-hitter Will Baker, a leadoff double. Good start for the Freedom here.
First extra base
for the Y'alls in the fifth.
In the young Florence career, I should say, for Will Baker. Had a couple singles on his ledger, but the first 2-bagger and a good time for one. In a 2-1 game, taking on this offense and the Freedom, you need as many runs as you can muster.
Absolutely, we've seen it. It's been a quiet night tonight, only 6 hits on the night. No home runs yet. Last night, home run derby broke out on us in game 1. We shall see Rodney Tinney at the plate now. He's got 2 hits. Is that a bunt? He lays a bunt down out towards third. Nice play there. Boy, I tell you what, I looked over at you, and the next thing you know, a ball's rolling perfectly. I thought he was going to beat that out for all the world, but a nice play to retire Rodney Tinney.
Slapped the baseball to left his last time up. Tried to push bunt this one, but cat-like. Freedom able to make the play to get the speedy Tenney at first base.
Yeah, wouldn't think he'd score that a sacrifice. He looked like he was clearly bunting for a hit there. He did move the runner over to third, so that could be a judgment call. At any rate, the runner's there. He did move the runner over. The question is, did he give himself up?
I think we'll be
a
little homer friendly on that. He did give him up. I think that probably was the sign, and he just showed late.
Yep.
We'll give Tenney the benefit of the doubt on that one.
No argument there. Productive out. Moved Baker over to third base. There he is, 90 feet away. And Hunley's hit by a pitch. I think it was a fastball, too, and it got him on the hand. He's kind of grimacing in pain as he trots down to first base. Dennis Pelfrey's going to come out of the dugout and talk to the home plate umpire. I don't know what that conversation's about. You wonder if he's asking if he tried to get out of the way. At any rate, Hunley's on first base, hit by a pitch. Runners at first and third now. Baker on third. He doubled. Now Hunley's on first, hit by a pitch. That'll bring up Kevin Watley, the 3-hitter. Dennis Pelfrey going to go from the home plate umpire to the mound. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change, so that'll do it for Nathan Gilman. We'll get you his line when we can, and we'll see who the Freedom pitcher coming is back in 1 minute on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Matt Taronis comes on, number 39 for the Freedom, in relief of Nathan Gilman, who did a nice job tonight. Gilman goes 4.1 innings, gives up 4 hits, and we'll get you his line on runs once we know what happens with the runners on base, which are his responsibility. Taronis, a left-hander, he's going to face Kevin Watley and Jackson Pritchard with 1 out here in the 5th. Taronis, a lefty, working on the third base side of the rubber. Comes set, runners on first and third. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, a bunt attempt, and he missed. They're going to call that a strike. So Watley squared to get the bunt down. You got to wonder, Aaron, first and third there, bunt. So just you don't know if that was a safety squeeze or what was going on, or maybe just a bunt to get that runner down to second. With 1 out, though, one would wonder what the strategy is. Watley back in the box. Right-hander swings the bat, squares around to bunt again, pulls the bat back, takes a pitch, but it's called a strike. Much to Watley's chagrin, he's now down 0-2 after 2 bunt attempts. So one would think the bunt goes out the window. Turonis working out of the stretch like so many relievers do. Comes set at the chest. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a 74-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. So Watley goes down swinging. That'll be 2 outs now for Jackson Pritchard. Dakota Hundley on first base. He was hit by a pitch. Will Baker on second. He led this inning off with a double. Has made his way to third, but not home yet. To be determined. See if Jackson Pritchard can plate that run and tack on another run for the Freedom. They already lead by 1, 2-1 here in the 5th. Visions of something more with a leadoff doubler. The fastball too high. 1-0 to the Y'alls catcher, Jackson Pritchard. Jackson reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning and reached on an error by the shortstop in the third. So 0 for 2 tonight. 1-0, here's the pitch. Fastball right on the outside black. Nice pitch. 1-1. Turonis comes set, gets the sign he wants, sets pretty high on the chest. Pitch, fastball, up and away for a 2-1 count. A lot of baseball coming out this weekend. Thursday night we got Freedom and the Y'alls. I'm not sure what's on tap, Aaron, for Friday. Boy, nice pitch right down Broadway. 2-2 count now to Pritchard. Infield playing straight away, outfield as well. Outfield in pretty shallow. As you say, deuces on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, line foul. Backing out of play. Back towards the gate that I walked in tonight. Went through the protocol, got the temperature taken. I consistently clock in like at 97.1 or 97.3 like all the time.
You always ask?
They always tell you when they do it. Everywhere I go, they'll just beep it and then tell you what it is. And it's like, you know, I don't think I've registered 98 once during this entire period. Have to do it at work all the time. Not anywhere you go anymore. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to shortstop. Going to go ahead and just take his time and fire it across the diamond. Trejo to Massey to retire Pritchard and to retire the side here in the 5th. So nothing doing for the Y'alls. Here come the Freedom in the bottom of the 5th. They're trailing 2-1 on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
We got a good one brewing here at UC Health Stadium, 2-1 in favor of the Y'alls as the Freedom come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. We're playing 9 tonight after 2 7-inning games last night in the doubleheader, which was split, 1 win apiece. So the rubber match here of the Freedom versus the Y'alls. Brian White versus Dennis Pelfrey is the way this is being built. Those two are good friends and got a long history together, so I highly doubt this is any kind of a big rivalry. But you know, it means a little something to these guys to figure out what they've got and put together the best chance that the team they have to take on Lexington for the championship coming up here in a few weeks. The Freedom will send up 8-9-1, Lucas Owens, Marshall Rich, and Craig Massey. First pitch is off the plate to Lucas Owens. Jackson Owens on the mound tonight has done a tremendous job for the Y'alls. He's given up 1 run on 3 hits, so a quality start in the making. There's another nice pitch, breaking ball with late movement, swing and a miss. Owens flew to center in the 2nd inning. Just his 2nd at bat tonight. Here in the 5th. The wind and the 1-1 pitch, another swing and a miss. Owens gets ahead in the count here. 1-2, we'll see what he dials up. This is back to that Owens to Owens you spoke of earlier. They got Pritchards and Owens everywhere, right? Or Owens and Jacksons, let's put it that way. There's a foul ball backing out of play. Count remains 1-2. Interesting, as you look down in the crowd right behind the Y'alls dugout, you got a couple fans here in their Astros jersey and creating quite a ruckus of people that still just taking it out on the Astros, you know, for all that went down last year.
I know you almost thought they might get off scot-free with COVID and the game not getting started until so late. People had other things to worry about.
But oh no, swing and a miss, struck him out. Nice job by Jackson Owens there. Strikes out Lucas Owens for the first out here in the 5th inning.
That just tells you how excited everybody was to just be relentless with the Astros. And even current players and other teams, they're not holding back either.
No, they're not.
Been a lot of big sound bites from star players once everything came to light with Houston and the scandal.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. So Marshall Rich steps in the box now. Hits a little comebacker to the mound, so a pretty easy play for Owens. Fields it, flips to first. And he is just carousing right now. In the words of Grandma Joe.
He's showing why he was a guy that originally committed and played at Florida State. Of course, back in his college days, he was a position player. Even when he went to Texas A&M Corpus Christi, that was pretty much what he did. He was valuable in the lineup. Utility guy. Waited until he turned pro to become a pitcher.
Wow, he pops the mitt there, 86 on a fastball for a strike.
Or at least a full-time pitcher.
That's what those college coaches do too. A lot of guys they recruit are guys that pitched and played middle infield, right?
Yep.
It seems like that's what you got on a college baseball roster. They'll figure out, boy, hammered into right field. That is going to get down. A diving attempt by Cameron Day Suggs. And Massey's going to scurry into second base for a double.
Still an incredible attempt for Cameron Day Suggs out there. He is typically a catcher. He's put on his outfield mitt to help out Brian White as the outfielder depth is a little short right now on supply for Brian White's crew. But, man, that was almost just a spectacular grab, a headlong dive. It was in the mitt for a second, but I think when he collided with the turf, it bounced out.
Looks like that's going to do it for Jackson Owens. Out comes Brian White. Slow walk to the mound. He's going to make a pitching change here with a runner on second and 2 outs. Cesar Trejo coming up to the plate. We'll be back in a couple minutes here on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, one of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
So the phone rings in the Y'alls bullpen, and they dial up Edgar Martinez. He's going to come in relief of Jackson Owens here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Martinez is going to inherit a runner on second base, Craig Massey, who just doubled to knock Owens out of the game. So that runner on second base will be the responsibility of Jackson Owens, so we can't close out his line, but a nice job tonight, Aaron. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 Ks.
Yeah, this is a group of tough customers for the Freedom. I think that's a tremendous start and a builder of confidence for Jackson Owens.
Martinez, 85-mile-an-hour fastball right down Broadway, 0-1. He's working quick. He's got the ball back. He's ready to pitch. Trejo not quite ready. Now he is. Martinez comes set, about to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball fouled straight back. What a great hack by Trejo there.
One thing Chad Rhodes said, as he is a bit of a guru with reading swings, is Cesar Trejo is one of the toughest guys to read. He gets that foot down in time every time. One of the few guys that Chad Rhodes labeled a hitter.
Yep.
In this Freedom lineup.
Doesn't Pell say there's only so many hitters on every team?
Yep.
Really?
That was actually a Chad Rhodes line as well. And he's a former pitcher. He's got, you know, pitchers and position players.
Yeah.
There's a big rivalry there, so I think Chad might be a little hard on some of the guys, but I think his point does hold water, though.
Here's the 0-2. Boy, big sweeping curveball, but just kept drifting outside. Trejo thought about it, did a little flinch, but didn't swing. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cesar Trejo. Walked in the first and singled in the third. Hitting .235 coming into tonight. A 1 for 2. No, a 1 for 1 will actually raise that. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball popped up. Is it going to stay in play or is it not? First baseman drifting over. It's going to get out of play. Kevin Belsky just ran out of real estate. He was tracking it pretty well, but ran into the wall.
Sounds like it must have been a tremendous play. I was looking down at the book.
I actually think that's the same guy, but he's in a different color shirt.
He changed.
He went from a dark blue shirt. It's clearly not, but boy. You want a foul ball tonight, set somewhere down the right field line between first base and right field. A lot of action. Back to the field, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trejo waiting. Here's the pitch. Fastball gets away from the catcher, rolls all the way to the backstop. That was just past Pritchard. Well off the plate, though, so it will be a wild pitch.
I actually think that fan that just caught that last ball is the legendary Freedom and now Y'alls fan, Stephen Gregg. I think that guy's been at every home game since before I was born.
Wow, he's got a lot of reaction from the crowd. He's very well liked out there, you can tell, so that would fit the bill.
Told me he got married at this ballpark back when it was Champion Window Field. This has become his sanctuary here.
I'd guess. Here's the pitch. Boy, chopped foul. Trejo got just enough of that to stay alive.
I'll never forget, there was one time I was on the road last year in Evansville at historic Bosse Field doing the game, and there was a foul ball lined down the third base line at one point, and lo and behold, it was Stephen Gregg. He made the trip, he traveled, and he got that foul ball. So he's got quite a collection of baseballs, I think, from Freedom games in years past, somewhere in his den.
That's
at
awesome.
home, assuming he's not living here somewhere that we don't know about, but
yeah,
he's always here.
Card carrying member of the fan club. It's fastball grounded towards short. Nice play by Watley. Fires over to Belsky in time to record the 6-3 putout. So Martinez does his job. We can close the line on Jackson Owens, and we'll reset all that when we come back to the top of the 6th on the Florence Y'alls Radio Network.
Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Y'alls 2, Freedom 1. Freedom 1. Here come the Y'alls in the top of the 6th. And I'm going to hand it back over now to the voice of the Florence Y'alls, Aaron Brody.
Thank you, Dad. There was some confusion on the last pitcher as the jersey numbers are still not completely settled for all of the pitchers as they do pitch for both teams, have different numbers on both sides. It's Yoniker Villalobos, the new arm for the Freedom, who took over to finish the top of the 5th inning after Nathan Gilman stepped aside. And he's back out for more here in inning number 6. Aaron Brody, Troy Brody with you as Mitch Piotnik stands in, hitting from the right side, the switch hitter on the other side of the plate facing the lefty Villalobos. And he climbs the ladder, gets a swing and a miss for an early strike number 1. Final line for the Freedom starter Nathan Gilman today, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts. As Piotnik hits a ground ball to short, played on the backhand by Trejo, and with a headlong dive, Piotnik's going to be safe at first base with an infield single.
Yeah, what a great outing by Gilman there. I mean, really, Gilman and Owens tonight both did a great job. Your job as a starting pitcher is to keep your team in it and give your team a chance to win. They've both done that. Really good ball game here, 2-1 as we get into that middle portion and middle late. And we talked about the bullpens will start taking over now, and we'll see what the guys coming out of the pen can do in a situation that gets a little more pressure packed as the game continues.
We'll see what Kevin Belsky can do as he steps in next. First pitch to him. High fastball and a check swing. They'll appeal, but Dave Blanchett says no, he did not. It'll be 1-0 to Belsky. So yeah, to your point, really just a tremendous start on both sides for the Freedom and the Y'alls today on the mound. Owens and Gilman were terrific. Got a 2-1 pitchers duel here at UC Health Stadium in the rubber match as Villalobos picks over to first to check on Piotnik, but to no avail.
It's kind of back to what we said in the pregame too. Our early feel was that both pitchers would do their jobs and it would come down to the guys that come in relief, and here we are.
The 1-0 to Belsky. Fastball out. It's going to be 2-0. Belsky 0 for 2 with the fly out and a 3 unassisted. It's Cameron Day Suggs waiting on deck. Blaze Spees in the hole. Now the doo-up trio for the Y'alls, assuming a double play does not happen. Fastball's on the outer half for a called strike. And Belsky's in a 2-1 count. Another pick to first base. Villalobos doing a good job holding his runners. Piotnik again back, this time without a slide. Villalobos, a current Batavia Muck Dog, a guy who knows Chad Rhodes quite well. Same organization in the Marlins system. Short season A affiliate. Former home for Carl Craigie. A name you know. Also Marty Anderson, who's back in Florence for the Battle of the Bourbon Trail here in 2020. But Pelf built a good little pipeline with his close connection with Chad Rhodes. A lot of Marlins scouts in attendance at UC Health Stadium with great regularity. 2-1 to Belsky's, fouled back to the screen. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Villalobos stands at 6 foot, 180 pounds. Out of Maracaibo, Venezuela. Lanky built left hand. Into the seats on the third base side. But you can see there the change of speeds. Tough to handle for Belsky. He was way out on the front foot on that hack. But he was able to fight it off to stay alive and has earned another 2-2 pitch. Villalobos has the one he wants, sets in front of the chest. Long stare at first base at Piotnik, and now he delivers home. Fastball called strike 3. Belsky down on strikes for out number 1. And Cameron Day Suggs will step in with Piotnik still at first base.
Yeah, Belsky knew it too, just turned around and calmly walked back into the dugout. As soon as it hit the catcher's glove, it was just almost the tip of the cap there. That's the way to do it.
First pitch to Suggs. High fastball, 89. Villalobos still heating up.
I don't know why, but I have a feeling, and maybe it's because of last night and it's recency bias or whatever, but I feel like the long ball is going to rear its head tonight and play a factor. It's kind of risky putting that out there, but it's just a feeling I have.
We saw 7 home runs hit by the Freedom yesterday. None so far today, as a good breaking ball will cross the plate, making the count 1-1 on Cameron Day Suggs. Does your intuition tell you which side is going to come into play?
No, I don't know. That's why that's such a generic thing and a random thing to throw out there, like I'm covering my bases. I'm not going to say what side, but I just feel like we're going to see one tonight, and it'll be in a spot that impacts the game.
Off speed was left up out of the zone on the last pitch. So Suggs now in a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Score is 2-1. The Y'alls in front of the Freedom. Playing a single 9-inning affair tonight in Florence to decide the winner of this midweek 3-game series, the rubber match. Runner takes off, but Villalobos picks to first, hose to second base in time. Piotnik maybe going on first movement. And Villalobos, the presence to step over, make the throw, and then Massey took it from there.
Yeah, so often you see that with a lefty. It's very difficult being a runner on first base to read that move, and I think he was going on first movement, and wouldn't you know it, Villalobos snaps a move over to first base, and I got to tell you, just a tremendous throw by Craig Massey. Just threw a rocket down to shortstop right on the bag.
Breaking balls off the plate to Suggs. He's now way out in front, 3-1.
Reminds me of that years ago when you were pitching. You would do that, but we had a first baseman that could never make that throw down to second base.
Oh, I remember, as the fastball crosses. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Hopefully Zach's not listening out there. I won't say his last name to protect his identity, but He'd fire to first, and the guy would take off. We'd had him dead at second, and he couldn't make the throw.
Base hit up the middle for Suggs. Went out and got an outside fastball and shot it right back up the middle. So Suggs continuing to swing a hot bat. A couple of hits as a member of the Y'alls in the last couple of opportunities in this series. 1 for 3 today, and hands the bat to Blaze Spees with 2 outs and the go-ahead run at first base.
And we were young, and for those of you listening saying, why would you have a guy at first? Because he was our cleanup hitter and just could mash the ball all over the park. But his strategy was to try to lob the ball over the runner's head to the shortstop instead of taking a step to either side, get the angle, and then throw.
Spees backs away from an inside fastball that missed in for ball 1. Hard ground ball, but right to Dangereau at second. He'll take a couple of steps towards the second base bag and flip to Cesar Trejo. Lead runner killed for out number 3. And that'll do it for the Y'alls in the top of the 6th. A pitcher's duel and a good one. All runs scored back in the first inning. It's still 2-1 as we head to the home half of the 6th. You're listening to Florence Y'alls Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Who did the Florence Freedom turn to when it was time to upgrade their scoreboard? Atlantic Sign Company. Through their branding expertise, innovation, and passion, Atlantic Sign Company will help you identify your business to your customers in a way that will exceed your expectations. From concept to the completion, their team will be with you every step of the way. Your sign represents you, your company, and your brand. So go where the Florence Freedom went for their scoreboard. Atlantic Sign Company.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels with their gooey cheesy center are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
3, 4, 5 hitters due up for the Florence Freedom. That's Cedillo, Bumpus, and Knight. Edgar Martinez back on the bump. Got the last 2 outs in inning number 5. Looking for all 3. Here in the 6th, fastball will start Cedillo 1-0 as it missed outside. And the right-hander, who also is in the Muck Dogs organization, offers a fastball on pitch number 2 that splits the plate and is called strike 1. Tough day at the yard for Cedillo in the luck department. He has hit the ball on the nose each of his first 2 times. The fastball will be down and away for ball 2. But nothing to show for it. 2 L8s in the book for Cedillo today. 2-1 from Martinez. Pulls the string, gets a swing and a miss. A terrific pitch. And now 2-2 on the man with 3 homers, 4 RBIs for the Freedom, and a batting average north of 300 entering play tonight. 2-2 pitch, a breaking ball, and a chopper. A bouncer to second. Fielded clean by Baker and his throw to first in time to get the hustling Cedillo for out number 1. Edgar Martinez, 6'1", 170 pounds, out of the Bajos de Jana, the Dominican Republic. Another Marlins farmhand who's turned in good work so far in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail. Squares off with A.J. Bumpus now and will miss out with the fastball to fall behind 1-0. Bumpus 0 for 1 at the sack fly on his ledger. 1 RBI. The 1-0. Heat at 87 and a strike. It's 1-1. Martinez made one appearance on Saturday night here at UC Health Stadium for the Freedom, and it was a clean appearance. Went 2 innings, didn't allow a run. Big swing and a bouncer foul on the third base side. Moves Bumpus to the brink, 1-2. Martinez allowed just 1 hit that night to the Las Leyendas. 1-2. Good changeup, swung on and missed, and Bumpus is down on strikes. One thing to love about Edgar Martinez isn't just the success he has on the mound, but the style in which he plays with. He has an air out there on the bump.
He does. He's and it's not cocky. It's just he's got a flair. That's a great way to put it. He's a little bit flamboyant. Who was that pitcher for the Royals that passed away in that boating accident?
Giordano Ventura.
It's kind of just that kind of a flair.
It was a car accident for him. The fastball's on the outer third for a called strike to Johnny Knight.
The Marlin was the
Jose Fernandez.
But just that kind of flair. You
yeah,
know?
Oh yeah. You can just tell he has fun playing the game of baseball. Loves it. 0-1 breaking ball. Tapers off the plate. Good take for Knight.
Maybe even like Pedro too, you know, Martinez, just that in that kind of bigger than life on the mound.
Tied him up with a good inside breaker. Knight swung through it with a half-hearted swing. And now he's behind 1-2. Everything's always easy when you're ahead of hitters out there on the mound, and Martinez has done that often. Another 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. Chopper foul.
And you don't see a lot of, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to throw an opinion out there. You don't see as many pitchers that do the windup where they take the glove up over their head. John Smoltz, like, you know, most guys just don't do that. But it's when you see it, you're like, wow, you don't see that often.
It's all part of the style. 1-2 on the way. Down and away. Deuces all over the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a 2-1 game. Bottom 6. Y'alls in front of the Freedom 2-1 and looking for the series victory with a win tonight. Another 2-2 right on the black outside. The fastball catches Knight sleeping. And Edgar Martinez continues his electrifying couple innings of work. He has gotten 5 outs and a couple of strikeouts, looking strong in relief as we go to the 7th. 2-1 Y'alls on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Florence Freedom fans, Walt Kelsey here for Kelsey Chevrolet on Route 50 in Lawrenceburg, proud sponsor of your Florence Freedom. We're just 15 minutes from Florence. Take 275 west to the Lawrenceburg exit. We can handle all your automotive needs. Sales, service, parts, and body shop. We are family owned and operated, and we offer a fresh approach. We'll treat you like family. Find new roads at KelseyChev.com.
We are Kelsey Chevrolet, from our family to yours.
Series that pits the past against the present. Y'alls and the Freedom at UC Health Stadium. Aaron Brody, Troy Brody with you from the broadcast booth. Yannicker Villalobos back out for another inning of work. And he will square off with the 9-1-2 hitters here in the top of the 7th. One-run game. Will Baker in the box, and the first pitch of the 7th is a fastball at 88. That misses in for ball 1. One correction to make. Last half inning, said Martinez got 5 outs. He's gotten 4 in relief. It is this guy, Villalobos, who has gotten 5 outs in relief of Nathan Gilman today. 1-0 pitch. He's going to take Marshall Rich's glove off as it bounces to the backstop. Normally you tie up the hitter, but in this case he tied up his catcher. And the count's 2-0.
He did tie up his catcher.
Baker doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. 2-0 pitch. Slow rolling ground ball to second. Dansereau on the charge. Fields and fires one away.
Yeah, Dansereau plays a very deep second base, so he had a long way to run. He went from short right field and he fielded that ball, what, a good 30, 35 feet in front of where he was positioned. So that really made for the fact of him having to make a very quick throw once he ran all that way to get it. He didn't wait. He wouldn't have had any time if he would have waited. He's got to read that.
Yep. Dansereau has appeared in center field, left field, and second base already in the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, and he's played all 3 spots remarkably well. Back to the top in Rodney Tinney. He's been a tough customer today. A perfect 2 for 2 with the sac bunt. He has stolen 2 bases, was caught stealing once. He's had a full day at the yard today. He'll step out and fish something out of his eye. Maybe the old phantom, something in the eye there just to go on his time.
He had a couple of bats last night, too, where he was taking his time in and out of the box.
Villalobos will miss down and in with the fastball falling behind of Tinney 1-0. No matter what the situation is, they're going to play in on the corners with this guy in the box, Massey and Sedio, even with the bag to start, and Creeper stepping in case Tinney gets any ideas. Does not square around on this fastball. That was called a strike on the outer third. Even his count 1-1.
Yeah, you're right. And then you got Dansereau, who normally plays that deep second we talked about. Now he's well in where he normally is.
Fastball runs in, and Tinney wears it. So a terrific day. In terms of on-base percentage, will continue for the leadoff man. Wears another pitch, and he's already worn a couple of this season. That's the 3rd time he's been plunked on the young year. Stands on top of the plate in the left-handed batter's box. He invites that.
Yeah.
He knows how dangerous he is on the base paths.
Good job out of him tonight in the leadoff hole. 2 hits, a sac bunt, and a hit by pitch.
Dakota Hundley in the box and calls time.
Wouldn't be surprised if Tinney tries to run here. I think every time he's been on tonight, he's been in motion.
He even successfully stole second once and started walking back to first, not realizing he had. He does take off on this pitch. Marshall Rich up a hose to second. Perfect throw, and Tinney is make the call.
He's out. Yeah, it took a while. So for all that's gone good for that young man tonight, and there's been a lot, trying to steal second just hadn't worked out for him.
Not since the first inning anyway, when he stole second and third. That was just a perfect throw from Marshall Rich. I don't know why it took so long to make the call. Dave Blanchett just pointing for a good 45 seconds before.
Kind of left you hanging there because you want to make the call, and he had his back to us. We were just waiting for some kind of a definitive movement.
(2-0) to Hundley. Shoots the other way. A base hit past first, rolling down the right field line. Hundley takes a big aggressive round at first base, but will trot back to the bag. A 2-out single for the 2-hole hitter. Brings up Kevin Watley.
Yeah, Hundley fought the shift there, and he actually won. The infield was in that shift again where Dansereau is shifted clear over, playing behind second base. And Hundley just shot it into right field down the line, but a nice job out there by Bumpus to get over and keep him to a single.
Lefty has his sign. Pitch to Watley. Smash to left field on a line, but right at Johnny Knight, who squeezed it at his face for out number 3. So the bullpens have looked good on both sides. In fact, the pitching has been strong on both sides tonight. It is still a 2-1 game. The Y'alls lead. Time to stretch in Florence. You're listening to Florence Y'alls Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5-1307.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in Northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
It's not just a truck. It's a way of life. It's who you are. It's proud, free, wild. It's a brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Tacoma. For over 50 years, Toyota has built the best, most durable, because it is. Built in the USA. Welcome to the Brotherhood. Find out more at your Toyota dealer or buy at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Edgar Martinez has looked phenomenal, and he's back out for more as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Y'alls protecting a 2-1 lead on the Florence Freedom in the rubber match of a midweek set. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium. Been a fantastic ball game tonight, well played on both sides, and certainly when it comes to the Florence Arms, this pool of pitchers will pitch for both the Freedom and the Y'alls this season, and whoever's gone out there tonight has looked strong. Martinez goes to work on Brian Danzero. Misses down and away with the first pitch fastball, falling behind 1-0. Danzero has not been retired much at all so far this season, but he really hasn't been retired yet tonight. 2 for 2, pair of singles and a stolen base for the guy who's lighting the Battle of the Bourbon Trail on fire. Fastball's down and away. Danzero in a good hitter's count, 2-0. And can pick his pitch here.
Well, he was 8 for 15 coming into tonight, and he's 2 for 2, so 10 for 17.
Fastball low and away. Mile ahead, 3-0.
That would be a .588 batting average.
It's getting ridiculous. 3-0. And that'll be a strike. Danzero about chucked the bat, but he was able to check himself before making that mistake of showing up the umpire and watching the strike zone expand.
Yeah.
3-1. Fastball, and early on it was Danzero. So quickly a full count after the 3-0 start as Martinez has pumped the strikes back to back.
And he didn't like that walking away either.
3-2, called strike 3, and Danzero is not pleased. He'll show a little emotion now. But how about Edgar Martinez? Falls behind 3-0, and then good morning, good afternoon, good night on back-to-back-to-back strikes to put away the red-hot Danzero for out number 1.
Yeah, when Danzero thought that was ball 4 and started to walk away and got rung up, it was only strike 1. But that also works against you with the umpire and the starting pitcher.
Truth.
Or the pitcher.
Austin Riggins in the box now. He'll fall behind as Martinez is in a groove. Got the Uncle Chuck across the outside corner. Oh, 1. Breaking balls down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. 3 Freedom hitters had multi-homer days yesterday. This guy in the box, one of them. Austin Riggins, Chad Sedio, and Craig Massey all had 2 round trippers in yesterday's doubleheader. Breaking ball, and again called a strike as Martinez goes steady diet of off-speed to Riggins, and all on the outer third. He's ahead 1-2. Riggins and Cedillo both had the true multi-homer game. And the leader of the day-night doubleheader, and Massey had one in the game one and one in game two. 1-2 pitch, fastball down.
So Danzero has to go back to the dugout now and be frustrated over his average falling to 555.
It's unacceptable. 2-2 from Martinez. Good fastball swung on and missed, and Riggins is retired. A backwards K and a frontwards K as Martinez
is that 4 in a row
is
for him?
Cooking with gas. 4 straight strikeouts. He's recorded 6 outs, 2 ground outs, and 4 consecutive punch outs. Lucas Owens backs away from a first pitch fastball at 83. It was too far inside. 1-0 pitch. Owens lays down a bunt, but it's foul behind the plate. We were talking about the game of baseball once upon a time versus the game of baseball and the way it's played today. And one more example that you'll have fun with is how often do you see the DH, 1 hitting in the 8-hole and 2 laying down a bunt to bunt his way on.
You don't.
1-1's too far in. Back foot breaking ball from Martinez. 2 balls and 1 strike.
I heard you and Paul Frischner there and I talking about, and I should know this the way I follow baseball, is the major leagues using a DH in both leagues now?
No, they sure are, yes. Changeup gets a swing and a miss. Deuces all over the board.
I try not to miss a broadcast when I'm not with you, and I thought I heard you guys talking about that the other night. I think he might be against it. He's kind of a purist, isn't he? A baseball.
I actually think Paul was for it.
For it.
Fastball is outside in the left-handed batter's box. So the count runs full on Owens. I had made the joke that I was a purist and for it, but actually I can get over that one. Payoff, fouled towards the Y'alls first base dugout. Martinez and Pritchard were taking a while to come to their consensus, so Edgar stepped off. Just a quick breather, right back on. Staring over the top of the glove as he rocks into the windup. 3-2 pitch, tied him up, swung on and missed. Edgar Martinez, outstanding appearance in relief tonight. 5 strikeouts, all of which have come in succession since starting in the 6th. Fans the side here, and we go to inning number 8. Y'all still in front by 1. 2-1 your score on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hobart, president of Dick's Sporting Goods. I know personally how important sports are to our kids. That's why we've been working hard to make it easier for them to play. I invite you to come into our stores or shop us online. You won't believe all the changes that we've made at Dick's. We have more baseball and softball gear than ever before, an incredible selection of top running shoes, and we've got the hottest clubs in golf like the Callaway Epic Flash and TaylorMade M5 and M6. Stop into Dick's today to see all of the great changes we've made.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you Can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Villalobos showing his ability to stretch multiple frames in relief. He's come back out to start the top of the 8th here at UC Health Stadium. Florence Y'alls still in front of the Freedom by 1, 2-1. All the action tonight right out of the gates in the first inning. The Y'alls with a 2 spot. The Freedom answered with 1, and since then, nothing but zeros on both sides. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium. The Freedom will send Pritchard, Piotnik, Belsky to the dish. 4-5-6 to face the 6-foot left-hander Yanniker Villalobos, leading by 1 and hoping to tack on an insurance run or 2. First pitch swinging, Jackson Pritchard sends a mile-high fly ball out of play on the first base side. Pritchard's been on base a couple of times tonight, but he's looking for one that'll help his average. He's reached on a fielder's choice and an E6. 86-mile-an-hour fastball from Villalobos. Finds the outside corner for a called second strike, and Pritchard quickly in an 0-2 hole. Here comes Villalobos. Breaking ball slashed the other way. Out of play. We'll call time and step out. Couple of taps on the plate, a wave of the bat, and he's ready. Here's the 0-2. Fastball down and away. Villalobos flirting with 90 on that one, 89 on the radar gun. Thinking a lot of these pitchers aren't hitting 90 now, but will be by the end of this Battle of the Bourbon Trail. They're still blowing the dust off after a long off season. This fastball's low and in. Pritchard's worked it even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you think about it, these guys are usually a couple of months into a long, grueling season at this point. Instead, they're just in the second week. Called strike 3. A fastball paints the black. Pritchard left the bat on the shoulder, but he thought that was out. And now it's just open season from both dugouts on Travis Lyle's strike zone.
Yeah, they're not happy. That's for sure.
It's got to be an uncomfortable spot for an umpire when both teams are mad at you. Mitch Piotnik in the box. He'll lay off speed from Villalobos at 81. That was up and out. The 1-0 hits the mitt. Rich was set up out. Villalobos put it right there and gets the strike call. Piotnik, the former 8th round draft choice of the Reds. Switch hitter, outfielder, pitcher, can do it all. Here's the 1-1. Off speed again, the changeup, and it was down and away. Villalobos will step off, and he'll prompt Marshall Rich out for a quick meeting, so we'll take the opportunity to bring in the broadcast booth. 2-1 ball game here on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Pitchers duel. What a fantastic game it has been here in the rubber match of a big series.
Yeah, you said it earlier. All the runs scored in the first inning, so 2 from the Y'alls, 1 from the Freedom, and nothing doing since then. So it's a great ball game. It's getting late. We'll see if Craigie enters into the equation here. We were talking about that between innings.
2-1 pitch to Piotnik. Fouled back over the top of us. Count now 2-2. Yeah, that's the question I was wondering. I thought we might see Craigie, considering how efficient he was on Saturday. Thought we might see him in one of the first 2 games of the series last night, but we didn't. So I'm thinking that's certainly a possibility here in the late stages. Piotnik fighting off another foul ball. Another fastball from Villalobos at 89. Another 2-2 pitch will be upcoming, but if the Florence Y'alls have Carl Craigie on their roster tonight, this 2-1 score just might be enough. Craigie, the ultimate hammer in the back of a bullpen, as he proved time and time again in 2019 for the Freedom. Another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball broke but stayed up. Piotnik not enticed, and his count now 3-2.
Yeah, I remember Craigie had all that pressure because the Freedom had Jonathan Tripp, that hammer in the bullpen. Then they lose him, and there Craigie comes in and made a name for himself.
High fastball swung through and missed. Piotnik down on strikes. Villalobos, 2 Ks to start the 8th inning. Yeah, what a wealth of riches that was to have Jonathan Tripp deservingly signed by the Cincinnati Reds organization, and you just promote Carl Craigie to a closer, and it's like you didn't lose anything.
And didn't he have like a microscopic ERA too for like the long?
0.93. That was the ERA he finished the year with, 0.93. And it grew to that number late in the season. Kevin Belsky in the box, falling behind 0-1 as Villalobos continues to paint. Lefty rocks and fires the 0-1. Inside fastball tied up Belsky, and he swung through it. 0-2 as Villalobos looks to strike out the side. Guys who have come in relief tonight have had the strikeout working for him. Edgar Martinez with 5 in relief, Jackson Owens and 5 consecutive. And now a couple of straight for Villalobos. Good swing from Belsky, protecting in an 0-2 count, lines a foul ball down the third base line.
It's funny, we were talking in the pregame about, we felt the starters would be strong. It's going to come down to the bullpens, and the bullpens has been every bit up for the challenge tonight.
0-2, good breaking ball, but it was in. 1-2. 4 strikeouts for Villalobos in total tonight. In relief of Gilman. 1-2 breaker turned on and fouled off. Another good play by Mike Morris, showing what he can do.
Rocking the hoodie out there, coaching first base.
Kind of a Bill Belichick look going right now with the hood up and the sleeves rolled up.
Swinging the whistle, or I guess he's got a stopwatch over there.
1-2, down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Bill Belichick.
Mike Morris was on that Sycamore team that knocked us out of the playoffs in high school back in 2009.
Oh, at Mason High School.
2-2 to Belsky's chopped to second. Danzero racing in to get the big hop. Easy play for Danzero to Massey. And the Y'alls are retired. Yoniker Villalobos twirling a gym in relief tonight. Matching that of Martinez, tooth and nail. Still 2-1. Freedom to the plate. Bottom 8. When we come back to UC Health Stadium, you're listening to the rubber match on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Have you ever wondered what heaven tastes like? Today at the ballpark, we are giving you the opportunity to do just that. To delight your taste buds, we present Curd Town deep-fried cheese curds. These golden crispy morsels, with their gooey cheesy center, are the tasty treat that have all of the angels singing. After trying our delicious cheese curds, we can't promise you a halo, but we do guarantee a joyful stomach and a cheesy smile.
Today's game is sponsored in part by Clark Dietrich Building Systems, a military-friendly employer. Clark Dietrich offers a comprehensive lineup of steel construction products and services across the United States and abroad. Using cold-formed steel, we manufacture innovative products for interior framing and finishing, exterior framing, floor and roof framing, as well as clips, connectors, metal lath, barrier mesh, and accessories. For more information, visit our website at www.clarkdietrich.com.
Bill Cunningham, the Great American for the Roar Insurance Agencies. Over the last many years, Alvin Roar at Roar Insurance Agency has handled all my personal and business needs. They are a large and growing national insurance business located right here in Greater Cincinnati. Call the Roar Agency today at 513-985-4200 or go to roarins.com. Call Alvin Roar. Call the Roar Agency today.
Can Edgar Martinez make it 6 straight strikeouts? We're about to find out. Each of his last 5 outs have come via the punch out, and he's back out bottom 8. If the Y'alls do have Carl Craigie, we won't see him until the 9th in this 2-1 game. The Y'alls lead 9-1-2 due up for the Freedom. That starts with Marshall Rich, who will jump in front of Edgar Martinez 1-0 as this fastball was buried at the dish. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you from UC Health Stadium. Fastball at 83, this time a strike on the inner half. Evens the count with Marshall Rich at 1 ball, 1 strike. Rich 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs. Here comes Martinez, the 1-1. Rolled softly towards third. Diving play by Baker. He can't make it. It rolls into left field past third and short. Watley gave a dive. Good effort on both sides of the left side of the infield, but it was just hit in a perfect spot. Rolling into left field for a leadoff single, and the tying run is aboard in the form of Marshall Rich.
Yeah, that's what you need. You're down a run, you're batting in the bottom of the 8th, get the leadoff guy on, the guy hitting in the 9 hole, and now everything is opened up for Dennis Pelfrey, flashing through a series of signs there. Will he bunt? I would think not. He'll likely try to steal a base. We'll see. History says something will be put in motion here.
It's Craig Massey, the hitter. Martinez goes to the breaking ball and buries it, but Pritchard walls up behind the dish. Keeps the runner at first base. Pitcher and catcher come to an agreement, and Martinez spins and fires to first. He's thinking the same thing you are.
Yeah, Hunley's creeping in at third, too, expecting a bunt. Infield at double play depth where you'd expect him up the middle, but in on the corners.
1-0 Heat's outside. Massey doubled his last time up, lined out in the at-bat before that, so he's pieced it up quite well in back-to-back ABs. 2-0, runs down and in. Rich is going to try to scamper to second. Pritchard, the hose to the bag. Close play, but not in time. Marshall Rich is there. One of those where any moment of hesitation is going to cost you the chance to take the base, but Rich did not hesitate, and that's why he got in just ahead of the swipe tag from Watley.
Yeah, that's what we always taught our players. That's the dirt ball read. As soon as you read the ball going into the dirt, just take off and run. By the time the catcher bodies it up, jumps on it, and throws, you can usually steal it. But these guys were so good. That was a very close play at second base for as far as it rolled away from Pritchard.
3-0 is across the knees on the inner half. Massey taking all the way in the 3-0 count. Now sees it 3-1. Watley in the back pocket of Rich at second. In his leadoff, 3-1. Flossing the outside corner this time. It's a 3-2 count to Massey. So that's twice in this relief appearance for Martinez tonight that he's fallen behind 3-0 and then answered right back with back-to-back strikes. He got a strikeout the last time. What will he get here? Pitch on the way. It's a strikeout. A swinging strikeout. Massey swung over the top of the breaker. And that's terrific confidence in the off-speed pitch to go to it in that count.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you know, if you're a manager, you got your leadoff hitter up there with the runner on second. You're down a run. You got 5 outs left. You move the runner over, but a lot of guys aren't going to bunt at this level to get a guy to third. You're not much better off at second or third. If I don't know, are they playing the tie here, you know, in something like this?
I would think absolutely. Got a tie at first. Cesar Trejo in the box and a strike. The breaking ball found the inner half.
Especially knowing the Y'alls have the hammer possibly and Craigie out in the bullpen, so you'd like to tie it here and not have to be have to get a run against him when he comes in, if he comes in.
0-1, breaking ball is a bit wild, rolling up the first base side after Pritchard dove in front, and that's going to be an easy 90 feet for Marshall Rich, so the pressure in this inning reaching a fever pitch. Tying runs 90 feet away.
That's the downside of having that electric stuff that Martinez has when he buries one in the dirt like that. That's just a tough day at the office for a catcher to catch him. You got to body that stuff up and Now you got a runner just 90 feet away. A lot of ways to score a run. The infield's going to cheat in, not all the way in.
Across the diamond, they'll come in. Breaking ball is low. 2 balls and a strike to Cesar Trejo, who has singled once and walked. It's 1 for 2. The out, a ground out to short. So Watley's on alert. But the infield is in for the Y'alls here, knowing the value of the run at third base. Breaker from Martinez, but outside, and Trejo is in a terrific hitter's count, 3-1.
3-1 has got the infield in, so that even makes you more dangerous at the plate.
At 100 points.
At 100 points to the bat. That's what they say anyway. Infield in at 100 points to the batter's average. Infielder loses all the angles. Ball can get past you quick at this level.
3-1 from Martinez. Back to the breaking ball, but it was low and away. And runners will be on the edges. A 5-pitch walk to Cesar Trejo gives Chad Cedillo a chance in a 2-1 game with the tying run at third.
Yeah, this is the first real adversity Martinez has faced. He came in and is just mowing hitters down, struck out, 5 in a row at one point. And now he hits his first adversity. First and third, 1 out. He's got a 1-run lead.
Taking off on the first pitch is Trejo. Pritchard just a pump fake to second, nothing on. And the Freedom have now the go-ahead run in scoring position.
Yeah, they tried to play there where the catcher pump fakes to second base, hoping to catch the runner asleep at third base, but nothing doing. So double play now out of the equation.
Big, hard smash, fair baseball down the first base line. Cedillo comes through, ties the game as Rich scores. Scampering home is Cesar Trejo, and just like that, the Freedom are in front in the 8th, 3-2.
Yeah, just a rocket down the right field line and rattled around the corner, and you knew with second and third that was easily going to be scoring 2 runs. So now you go from a run down if you're the Freedom to a run up in the bottom of the 8th.
An easy double for Cedillo. It's his second 2-bagger of the year. RBIs number 5 and number 6 for the 3-hole hitter, and he's come through in a big moment. Freedom now in front, and we will get a pitching change. It will be Carl Craigie coming to the mound now for Brian White's Y'alls. But Florence trails 3-2 on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R5 1307.
At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming. Hey Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassidon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on. Carl Craigie taking over on the mound. He'll face A.J. Bumpus first. Chad Cedillo at second. He's just put the Freedom in front, 3-2. First pitch swinging, hard ground ball to second. Baker in front, on to first in time. Cedillo moves up to third base, representing one more run of insurance for the Freedom. In a game, they now lead by 3-2.
Yeah, Craigie comes in, 1 pitch, gets 1 out. Runner moves up to third, so Brian White doing all he can, bringing in the hammer in the bullpen to try to keep it right here. The Y'alls have 3 outs remaining in the 9th. They're now down 1. They've gone from being up 1 to being down 1. Cannot let that run score from third.
Johnny Knight takes a swing at the first pitch he sees from Craigie, falls behind 0-1. He's sent a foul ball back to the backstop. Single, a walk, and a 2-run double from Chad Cedillo for the Freedom here in the bottom of the 8th. Good splitter, gets a swing and a miss. Johnny Knight falls behind 0-2. Oh-2 pitch. Back to the splitter. It skips away from Pritchard. He can't find it, and Cedillo will score easily. Make it 4-2 Freedom on the wild pitch.
Boy, tough day behind the plate for Pritchard, having to deal with the stuff of Martinez and then Craigie right after him.
Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Johnny Knight, the 4th. Here's the pitch. Fastball hammered deep right field. Racing back in right is Suggs. He'll watch this one sail over the foul pole, and a fair baseball. A home run for Johnny Knight. And the Freedom have won the game.
Yeah, I had a feeling that a home run would come. I thought it would be one that like changed the game. That does add an important insurance run, and wouldn't you know it, it's to the right field portion of this ballpark. That's where the balls have been just flying out of here this entire series, and he got it just inside the foul pole down the right field line. You knew it was long enough, you just didn't know if it was going to hook around that pole or go foul.
Second home run of the season for Johnny Knight. Brings up Brian Danzero, who gets a fastball at 88 on the first pitch he sees, but it was inside for ball 1. I believe I talked about it earlier in the broadcast. That's actually Knight's second homer off Craigie, but the other one was in a sim game one afternoon here at UC Health Stadium. Danzero gets a fastball and lines it up the gut into center.
Well, of course, he made an out last time. He had to make amends for that, right?
It's over 500, so absolutely. 3 singles tonight for Danzero. He's 3 for 4. And Pritchard out just to calm Carl Craigie down.
Boy, it's a funny game. The Y'alls get 2 in the top of the first. The Freedom get 1 in the bottom, and it stays 2-1 from the first inning all the way here till the 8th. And the Freedom break through for 4 out of nowhere.
That's why you got to play all 9. Austin Riggins in there now. He's taking a hack and fouling off a foul ball. Such a mental grind, the game of baseball. It can be just flat unfair at times. All those zeros. Everything changes in 1-4 spot.
Yeah, that's why they say you just got to keep scoring, right? You can't, that 2-1 lead was tenuous all night.
Splitter gets a called strike. Riggins behind 0-2. No doubt. For all the zeros the Y'alls hung, the Freedom were as well. So they kept it right there within striking distance. And they've pounced here in the 8th. Runner takes off. Big swing at the splitter. It skips away from Pritchard. He gets to it. Throws to first. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. And safe will be the call. Belsky couldn't keep his toe on the corner. And the threat continues for the Freedom.
Yeah, it's a tough play. You get the strikeout. The ball squirts away from the catcher. So, of course, you learn from a kid. You take off for first on a dropped third strike. Pritchard fired down to first, but a bit wide. Belsky did a nice job of trying to keep his toe on the bag while he did short hop that throw. The umpire in the field wasn't sure, pointed to home plate umpire Lyle Travis, and Travis says he's safe.
First pitch swinging for Lucas Owens, and he fouls it off his foot. He's down in the box. Up to his feet now, but walking very gingerly, and Brian Jett, the trainer, will come out and check on Owens.
Yeah, that hurts. You see so often players wear that little shin protector. I haven't seen one here tonight from anyone. When you foul one off that part of the foot, that is painful. That's going to get the trainer out. It's going to get the manager out. But everybody trots back to their respective positions, so he says, I'm all right.
0-1 on the way. Tied him up again. Another foul ball. Bouncing to the backstop. Owens trying to get off the schneid. He struck out in back-to-back at-bats and is 0 for 3 in total tonight. But he is the 9th hitter to come to the plate in this 8th inning. And he's way out in front of the splitter, down on strike, so Craigie will stop the bleeding right there. But the Florence Freedom turned this game on its head. A 4 spot in the bottom of the 8th, and suddenly they're in front, 5-2, and 3 outs away from stealing a victory here at UC Health Stadium, a series victory at that. Keep it locked on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network.
At Mount St. Joseph University, we inspire students to think beyond the classroom and redraw the bounds of what's possible for their future. Students are prepared for what it takes to succeed in their careers and in life. Nearly 99% of those who earn a degree from the Mount are employed, going to grad school, or volunteering within 6 months of graduating. This reflects the career certainty that comes from an education at the Mount. Connect with us today by visiting msj.edu.
BRG is locally owned and operated, so we take pride in our community you choose to call home. With spacious floor plans, neighborhoods that complement your lifestyle, pet-friendly communities, 24-hour emergency maintenance, the amenities are endless. Come home to BRG Apartments. With communities located in Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio, as well as in northern Kentucky, we have something for everyone. Finding your new home is as easy as BRG.
Substation 2 has been bringing Florence the freshest food at the lowest prices since 1981. You've tried the rest, now come taste the best fresh sliced sub sandwiches anywhere. Substation 2 was voted the best sub sandwich in Northern Kentucky by Northern Kentucky Magazine in 2016. Let Substation cater your next event. Give us a call at 859-371-9490 or come visit us at 7905 Dream Street in Florence. Substation 2, quality at a price you can afford.
Florence Freedom are 3 outs away from stealing a series victory here at UC Health Stadium. A big 4 spot in the 8th, and they eliminate that 2-1 deficit the inning started with. It's 5-2 now, Freedom, as Alex Wagner, the right-hander, takes over, looking for the final 3 outs in this midweek series. You're listening to the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. Aaron Brody and Troy Brody with you. And boy, this game's completely turned around.
Yeah, it has, and that's the thing. You know, last night, a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games tonight with 9, and we talked about it earlier. This Freedom scored 1 in the first, nothing all the way till 4 in the 8th, but that's why you got to go all 9, right? And now the Y'alls come to bat here. They're down 3. Suddenly, all momentum on the side of the Freedom. Got to find a way to get a couple guys on, and hopefully, as you always want to do in this spot, just get a chance to get that tying run to the plate. You need 2 base runners to be in business.
Alex Wagner, a 0 ERA. He's made 1 appearance. Logged 1 inning of work Sunday at Whitaker Bank Park when the Freedom took on the Las Leyendas. First man he faces is Cameron Day Suggs, and he'll fall behind 1-0. One-0 pitch, called a strike. Looked to be the breaker from the former Mount St. Joe alum. The 1-1 pitch. Suggs catches up, fouls it off. Wagner's fastball at 87. In the count, 1-2. So just to clear things up, Wagner did allow 1 run, but it was unearned in that game against the Las Leyendas. So the ERA still at a pristine 0.00. The 1-2 pitch. High fastball, this time at 89. Wagner's got the frame you're looking for. 6'4", 215. And a native of Westchester, Ohio, right in our stomping grounds.
Indeed.
2-2 pitch. Back to the 12-6 Uncle Chuck, but it was down in the turf. And Suggs saw it the whole way, 3-2.
Was he a Lakota West, Lakota East guy?
Not sure where he played his high school ball at, but I would imagine if he's from Westchester, that's where Lakota West is located. The Union Center exit. Fastball just a hair outside, and Suggs will take first base with a walk.
Well, there's a start. If you want to dream a little bit, get the leadoff guy on, get one more guy on base, and like I said, with the way this is a hitter-friendly park and the ball will fly out of here, you got a little something cooking here. You get one more guy on base.
Blaze Spees was on base all night yesterday, but 0 for 3 today. They'll fall behind 0-1 as Wagner finds the outer third. Gets a called strike. Oh, 1. Line sharply foul. Past third.
Around the country, one of the few places that is playing pro baseball in early August. Scouts galore, I'm sure, licking their chops at the opportunity.
2-hop bouncer to third. Setio Fields fires to second for 1. That's all they'll get. Motoring the whole way with Spees. He's through the bag safely at first. Replacing that of Cameron Day Suggs. 1 away now, still 5-2. And Will Baker to dig in next.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Danzero had no chance to turn that. They were fortunate just to get the lead. The lead runner there don't want to waste a throw to first and perhaps get an errant throw and put a runner in scoring position. So I think the Freedom will gladly take that.
Wagner readies at the chest. First pitch, strike at the knees. The 0-1 on the way. Wagner hit the mitt but did not get the call. Marshall Rich was set up in on the righty. Didn't have to move. But the count goes to 1-1.
Checking the thread, we got listeners and viewers and even in Cleveland, Ohio tonight.
Awesome. Fastball swung on and missed. 1-2. We appreciate you out there in Cleveland. And anywhere you might be dialed in to the Florence Y'alls YouTube channel tonight. It's been a great game. Some excitement late, excitement early, good pitchers duel in the middle. Really for us, can't really lose. Both these organizations working together. They're brethren in this battle of the Bourbon Trail, climbing the ladder and a swing and a miss. Will Baker down on strikes as Alex Wagner gets his first punch out here in relief.
Yeah, that was just the high heat there. Baker gave it a mighty rip and came up empty. Just couldn't catch up to the high cheese.
Pretty good cheese from Wagner. Again, I'm still thinking these guys are getting the cobwebs worked out. These guys that are 87 to 89 tonight will probably be 91 to 93 by the end of this thing. With Chad Rhodes helping them strengthen their arms, but most importantly, stay healthy, how to take care of their bodies. Dennis Pelfrey out to have a quick chat with Alex Wagner. So we'll bring in the broadcast booth here But really, we'll just keep it right where we were at, talking about this developmental league. What an opportunity for these guys, not just on the field, but even to work with guys like Dennis Pelfrey, Brian White, Chad Rhodes, guys that are either currently affiliated or probably soon to be affiliated. Just everything you can learn, not just about the game of baseball, but how to ready yourself, stay prepared. What an opportunity.
Yeah, just to play with these coaches. And you knew it when you played in college. I mean, you had guys that were on your team that just there's a whole nother level of baseball knowledge out there, and they're going to get that here, and they're going to get a chance to get exposed because there's a lot of scouts with their eyes on these guys right now.
Take you back to the action as Rodney Tenney steps in, the leadoff hitter. Man at first and 2 dead. Wagner deals, but the fastball misses. 1-0.
We just got a good look at a COVID-19 mound visit. The manager wearing the mask, the player with the glove buried. Of course, they always do that. They always cover their face, and it's funny seeing guys do it even with the mask on these days.
Tenney lays down a bunt in the 1-0 count. It is a beauty, but Wagner's going to let it roll, and that's the wise move. It does take a turn to foul ground. Tenney was already through first base when that ball went foul. A great idea, just lacking a little on the execution. Maybe a pebble to blame out there on the chalk.
Boy, that was smart, because that ball, he was not going to throw him out. Tenney has all that speed. That's why he's hitting leadoff. He's had a heck of a night tonight with single in the first, single in the second. Been stealing bases left and right or attempting to steal bases. Got a sac bunt down there, had a slap base hit early into left field. He's just a handful to deal with, like a water bug at the top of the order.
Fun to watch.
And he also leads the league in the longest plate appearances.
Yeah, he does. He likes to step out, not just step out of the box, but walk almost back to the dugout.
Yeah, it's like, where's he going? Oh, he's just kind of, concentrating between pitches.
1-1. Wagner's not missing by much. His fastball is ruled outside, but he's right around the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tenney. Righty deals. Looks to be a similar spot, but this time he gets the call. 2-2, and I think that's what Tenney's thinking.
You can see the home plate umpire, Lyle Travis, just staring at him every time he steps out for that long. Clearly agitated by it.
He almost walks out of our webcam view. Guys like to call time and step out, but sometimes you don't want to leave it to chance. You just step out, walk completely away, and there's nothing that can be done about it.
Right.
I think Tenney's exploiting that tonight.
Oh, in the majors, they got a clock on you now.
2-2, good fastball swung on and missed. Tenney down on strikes, and the Freedom emerged victorious. The 4-run 8th, the difference in a 5-2 victory that nets the Florence Freedom the first series victory in a mashup between the past and the present here at UC Health Stadium. We'll be back to recap this 5-2 finish when we come back on the Florence Y'alls postgame show. You're listening to Florence Y'alls Baseball on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. At Gentle Touch Grooming, your pet is treated with care and will look beautiful. Give your dog or cat the spa day they need. Gentle Touch offers spa baths, deluxe spa baths, full haircuts, and nail trimmings. Book an appointment today at 859-283-1373. That's 859-283-1373. Gentle Touch will even offer 10% off just for mentioning this ad. They want to see those waggling tails soon at Gentle Touch Grooming.
Can't carry a bowling ball in a plastic bag. Can't rub plastic bags together to make fire. Can't turn them into swim trunks. And you can't put plastic bags in your Rumpke recycling container. Visit Rumpke.com for recycling do's and don'ts. Learn more at Rumpke.com.
Make your recycling count. Rumpke.
Chris Collinsworth here. Western and Southern can help you translate your financial needs. Start with a free, no-obligation insurance checkup. It doesn't take long, and it's a great way to find out how to protect your family's future. Talk to a financial translator today.
Call our Northern Kentucky office at 859-426-3300. That's 859-426-3300 for your free, no-obligation review.
Compensated endorser, Western and Southern Financial Group, Cincinnati, Ohio, R513.
Toyota is making a difference right here in America, investing $23 billion, helping create over 470,000 jobs, building over 25 million vehicles here, including Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, one of 11 different Toyotas built in the USA, with Toyota Care 2-year no-cost maintenance included. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Freedom fans, let's play a game of Did You Know, courtesy of Life Center. Did you know organ and tissue donation is life-saving and life-changing for thousands of people? How about that more than 600 people in greater Cincinnati are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant? You can change someone's life with a simple yes when you go to renew your driver's license or state ID. Say yes and register to be a donor. Visit lifepassedon.org for more information or to register online. Life, pass it on.
Points, cash, gear, sports. With a Dick's Scorecard, you earn points on all your purchases and get 3% back in rewards and access to exclusive deals and events. It's simple. Points lead to cash to buy gear so you can play more sports. Get your Dick's Scorecard and start earning reward certificates today. Every season starts at Dick's.
Welcome back inside the broadcast booth as we segue into the Florence Y'alls post-game show. Final score 5-2 Freedom. It's the Freedom who get off the mat in the 8th inning and emerge victorious to take the series here on a beautiful Thursday for baseball at UC Health Stadium. We'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth here. Aaron Brody here, Troy Brody there. 5-2 the score, all Y'alls early, 2-1, all offense in the first inning until that bottom of the 8th. And that's when the Freedom came to life offensively. You know, with a lineup like that, your work's cut out for you every inning. We were lauding the pitching throughout to keep the Freedom at bay, but they just couldn't do it long enough.
Yeah, they couldn't. That's why you say they got to play all 9, and Freedom have that lineup. And you've been talking about the lineup that Dennis Pelfrey put together and the roster he's put together in a short period of time, and you knew the offense was going to be heard from at some point. I knew the long ball would come into play at some point. It was more of an insurance run tonight, but really it was just clutch hitting late for the Freedom.
Player of the game, Chad Sedio. As if you haven't heard that name enough already.
Yeah.
He's the reigning player of the week, named by Dennis Pelfrey in his game report show that will air every Wednesday on our Florence Y'alls YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. But Sedio was the player of the week for good reason last week, and he's continuing to hit the cover off the baseball. I know, Brian Danzero Nation out there, you're wondering what's the guy got to do. He's lost to Sedio a couple of times in terms of player of the game and player of the week award nominations, but it was Sedio tonight that got the big knock, the 2 RBI double that put the Freedom in front. Yeah,
that's the hit that really won the game-winning RBI. But Danzero, man, he has done nothing but dazzle. The guy's hitting, 555 last we saw, and he got a hit after that, so probably somewhere in the 570 range.
Yeah, there's no question that Danzero is still very much in the running for player of the week in episode 2, but you'll just have to check that out next Wednesday on the Florence Y'alls YouTube channel. But a lot of offense in the 8th inning for the Freedom, but for the most part, this was a pitcher's duel all night. So let's talk about some of the arms we saw in this game. Obviously, Jackson Owens, Nathan Gilman both went toe-to-toe fantastic in their starts. Yannick Villalobos, Edgar Martinez, Carl Craigie all look good as well. Edgar Martinez didn't get to finish as strong as he would have liked. He takes the loss in this game, but we still saw a stretch for him where he had 5 straight strikeouts. We're seeing time after time how deep this pitching staff is for both sides, and we got a really good look at that tonight for the majority of this game.
Yeah, we did, and that's the thing, as the season is progressing, you're starting to see the managers go a little bit longer with their pitchers. Early on it was a couple innings and then get them out 30, 40 pitches. Now they're letting them go 4 or 5 innings. there's some good stuff on the mound, and these managers are going to have some tough decisions to make as they figure out the roster for the for the tournament at the end.
So we'll take a look at what's to come this weekend. The Lexington Legends come to town to take on the Florence Y'alls in a 3-game series here at home. First pitch tomorrow will be at 7:05 on a Firework Friday here at UC Health Stadium. We saw the Y'alls and the Legends collide for a couple of games last week, went 1-1. Not much to tell in a game or in a series, a 2-game series on the opening weekend. Each team got one. But what would you say is the biggest key to success for the Y'alls, having seen them this week, to have good success, put their best foot forward against the Legends this weekend?
Well, I think knowing that B. White's their manager and he, was tutored under Pelfrey, or Dennis Pelfrey, it's going to come down to they got to pitch well, right? They got to get the running game going. They got to be aggressive on the bases, and they got to get clutch hits. And the Freedom and the Y'alls have this philosophy about pitching: never give in, right? Never give in. Don't be afraid to. If you walk a guy, you walk a guy, but let's not just give in and get one hit about 400 feet and lose the game. So I think it's going to come down to how well they pitch and how aggressive they are on the bases.
One guy to look out for in that Legends lineup, Devin Hairston, had a couple of home runs in Game 1 of that little 2-game mini-series last week on opening weekend. He can certainly swing it. He was at the top of their order for the Legends, and he's continuing to hit the baseball hard, as the Legends are actually the top team in this Battle of the Bourbon Trail right now by virtue of winning percentage. They are 2-1. These teams tonight, the Freedom and the Y'alls at 2-2, just on their heels. But we'll get to see the top team in the league and the Legends, at least in terms of winning percentage, coming into town to take on the Y'alls in a big series this weekend. You won't want to miss that. But if you can't come to the ballpark, we will always have the broadcast right here on the Florence Y'alls Broadcasting Network. I'll take you back to the field cam as I put my nose in my book and read through some of the game statistics for tonight. But the winning pitcher, Yanniker Villalobos, in relief. His final line, 3 2/3, 3 hits, no runs allowed, no earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and his first victory in the 2020 Battle of the Bourbon Trail. So congratulations to Yanniker Villalobos, property of the Miami Marlins, on his first win as a member of the Florence Freedom. Edgar Martinez, the tough luck loss. He's 0-1 on the season. Boy, about as electric as you can look in relief and get slapped with the loss. Did lose the handle a bit in the 8th inning when the Freedom erupted for 4 runs. He falls to 0-1, but you saw time and time again over his 3 innings of work tonight how electric he can be when he's on. Registering his first save of the Battle of the Bourbon Trail, Alex Wagner, the local product out of Westchester, Ohio, and the University of Mount St. Joseph's. They're a sponsor of ours. Now he gets to play for the Freedom, and he's got 1 save on his ledger, slamming the door on the 5-2 Freedom victory. The game played in 2 hours and 52 minutes in front of a loyal fan base of 507 screaming Y'alls and Freedom fans. Game time temperatures were 79 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. We've been blessed with beautiful baseball weather the last couple of days, and we will hope that continues into the weekend when the Lexington Legends come to town to take on the Y'alls. First pitch tomorrow at 7:05. Gates open to the public at 6:05. And remember, it's a Rozzi's Fireworks Friday, so you don't want to miss that. Signing off from UC Health Stadium in Florence, on behalf of Troy Brody, I'm Aaron Brody. Have a fantastic rest of your night, and we'll see you back on the Y'alls Broadcasting Network tomorrow at 7:05.